All right, we are live. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. It is time to start looking for that dip. We had talked about this earlier in the week, made a video, said, hey, we're trimming momentum. We're trimming momentum simply because the market is telling us, hey, it's time to look for a short. Well, not look for a short, but to get, a little, this was our signal right here. We had more stocks declining than rising, bearish divergence. We talked about this multiple times, bearish divergence. The market is overheated, right? We have a lot of strong plays. We have crazy momentum. We just haven't slowed down. Okay, we haven't slowed down. Lots of market momentum. We can pull this chart up of the S&P. Oh my goodness, look at that red candle. That is juicy. You should be ready. Look, if you trimmed momentum earlier in the week when we made last time we talked about it, you were ready for this dip. You were ready to maybe not for S&P. Nobody's, swing trading the S&P. We're not day trading here, but you're ready for some weakness in a lot of the momentum names that we've been talking about and posting about, right? So what's going on here? Well, first of all, let's just not get too out of hand. Let's not get too fearful and get the recency bias. Oh my gosh, we're going to have another 10%, 20% dip. It's tariff inflation, or not tariff inflation. It's tariffs, trade war back again. I don't think so. I think we know the playbook by now. We know the playbook. As a matter of fact, this is what we've been waiting for. This is the dip before the giant rip into the next leg of the bull market. This is actually what you were hoping to see, right? This is what we were hoping to see. So in general, what did China do? China's just saying, hey, look, we're gonna meet up with Trump, President Xi, we're gonna meet up with Trump, and we need to leverage negotiations. I'm no expert, it's pretty obvious. So what do? They own like 90%. They have a monopoly on rare earths, and they, they're restricting rare earth materials the way we restrict NVIDIA chips. And this is a war of AI, right? That's why you should be bullish, because the war for dominance means assets go up. It's you're throwing money at the issue, not at the issue. To solve dominance, you need technology. You need to give more money to technology, right? So China restricts rare earth material. What does that do? It threatens the AI narrative because you need rare earths to fire up chips and electric vehicles and XYZ. So it kind of puts a wrench in the machine of the AI, bull market, but it's not a big wrench because nothing is certain. Number one. Number two, they're about to meet up for negotiations. Can this get worse? Yeah, of course. That's why I want to look at the VIX, right? This is our easiest signal. We talked about it last time, is to watch the VIX before I hit your comments. We got that VIX spike to 20. It was stronger than I thought it would be. I mean, this was one of the strongest VIX moves ever, right? We haven't seen this since April of 2025. Gigantic VIX move. We're closing above 20, so we could possibly make a move to 28. I'm not buying the dip yet. I'm going to stay, but we're going to look at some buy the dip opportunities, right? So investors are overheated. The market's overheated. Investors are up big. They're crushing it. It made the market sensitive. Time to, shave some off, right? And I think you should have done that earlier in the week. And now we're going to be looking for a bottom. So the VIX 28, we'll see if it gets stuck beneath 20. Let's go ahead and let's get down on the time frames here. We'll see how it's supporting 20. Investors are still, they're still a little bit flustered. They're fearful. I wouldn't get too caught up in this because Trump taco, right? Reversal. He's going to capitulate. And he hasn't even said anything serious yet, right? We haven't done anything against China. We know that he's going to look at the bond market. He's going to look at markets. He's going to say, okay, how can we make a better deal? Maybe China has a better edge. Who cares? The market is not stopping here. This is the dip in October, which seasonally happens. We're hoping it actually gets deeper. I'm actually hoping we get deeper, right? Deeper dip, because the opportunity to buy that dip is one of the best opportunities you're going to see for a swing trade, right? Also investing, but you should have been long a long time ago for investing. If you're in crypto, you have a lot of opportunity in altcoins. So anyways, we're looking for the 28 test. If we hold, if we get crushed under 20, if we fall beneath 20, that is momentum VIX falling. You want to have a tweet along with that. You want to hear Trump saying something, something that's like, oh, hey, we're fine. We made a deal. We're meeting up. And President Xi, we're on the same page. As soon as that comes out, the market is ripping. So watch the VIX to confirm under 20. and a tweet of some kind of tweet. If not, if we don't get that and things start to escalate or there's nothing said, we're looking for that 28 test. We're looking at the test of 28. Okay, simple as that. Simple as that. Now we're going to move over to the buy the dip opportunities. Right. Let me hit your comments and we'll go to buy the dip opportunities. We're going to go through our watch list. If you're not subscribed to the Discord, go ahead and check it out. Free Discord, building it up. It's getting better, right? It's getting better. There's more ways to learn. There's a lot of knowledge in there that's free that you can learn. Go check it out. And so far, yeah, we're gonna find this leadership. Oh, look at the leadership today. Leadership today, really quick. Leadership TLT. Bonds are going up, right? This is TLT versus S&P. Boom. Protection. This is good. This is good buy the dip mentality, right? You want to see this. Now the bubble's getting deflated, margins at all-time highs. And why is this good? Because rates are coming down. Also, what's also happening? OPEC is pumping more oil. So we're going to look at the macro. I love the macro setup. This is one of the best macro setups of all time. Just keep this in mind, right? Keep this in mind. We'll go to rates really quick. The Fed's going to be cutting. This makes the Fed cut again. You should be bullish. This is going to make the Fed cut again. Look at the 10-year. Interest rates are falling. So these small caps, they're going to take a breather, some of them, and then they're going to rip. They're going to take a breather, then they're going to rip, okay? And then you have oil prices. Where's our oil prices at? We should be in commodities. Where's our commodity complex? There we go. So oil is breaking to new lows. Oh, goodness. What does that mean? It means, you don't want to be long oil companies. You want to be long renewable energy, anything powering AI complex, energy, compute, right? You got CoreWeave. Deutscher got CoreWeave up there, right? Energy, compute, and in intelligence. Those are the big trades: energy, compute, intelligence. Energy, compute, intelligence. We're going to go over those. We're going to show you the watch list. This is also in the Discord. Go check it out. Okay, as I go switch to it. Actually, a lot of you are probably on your phone, so it's not going to make sense for me to throw that up. Let's just keep going there. Breath is slowing down. We got the correction. The macro setup is perfect. Okay. Yes, Trump is going to capitulate. I'll throw your comments up here if you guys have comments or questions. Doifer says taco. This means Trump is going to pump, pretty much. Cooler is about to buy. Cooler holding $5. I think it's slipping. We got CoreWeave as a compute. Okay. And we also have Applied Materials, I believe. Is it Applied Materials or Applied something? Starting to pump. We got some watch lists. We're going to go over these stocks. Let's go over these stocks. Let's go find the best setups in the market. All right. Also, if you're in the Discord watching right now, throw me the tickers on there. Throw me the tickers. You guys go ahead and throw me the tickers if you want me to look through them, because I cannot remember all the tickers. Oh, here it is. Applied Digital, right? But before we get to Applied Digital, we're going to reach this. Go to our master in play stock list. Okay. The miners are ripping. So if China is reducing if China is basically reducing the supply of rare earth materials, that means we have to pour money into what? We have to pour money into more miners, okay, to dig up more rare earth materials. So you have nuclear miners exploding, right? This trade will continue to go. This is a secular trade. Another 5 years. You want to be long. This is rare earth materials. It's not the actual intelligence or the technology or the components or the machines. This is just the miner. I'm not going to long this. There's better plays out there. I want nano nuclear. You guys, we've been talking about nano nuclear, but I'm just showing you these are the rare earth material stocks that are ripping today. MP Materials, this thing, it's not going to slow down, right? MP Materials breaking out all-time highs, holding the all-time level at 64. Let me close this up a little bit so we can get a better chart. There we go. Okay, so let's boom, here's all-time highs, right? We're holding the all-time high. It looks a lot like a TeraWolf, who just started a rip, holding all-time highs, right? I didn't like the trend, but I said, you know what, we're not going to take nothing off. And we have our options in the Discord, right? Live options in the Discord. I'll show you a little later the active options from a request of one of our users. And we had TeraWolf. We didn't take it off. Why? Because there's too much. It's a small cap, and it's breaking all-time highs, and the Fed is cutting rates, and there's not enough energy. In iron is what this is about to do. This is a copycat of iron, but it's in New York. Oops, TeraWolf. So TeraWulf is about to. Google has the biggest share price, right? Google is partnered with them. Google is pumping the stock. You got to be long these stocks. They're not even. They don't even care. Look at them. They're still okay. They pulled back. They gapped up. Who cares? This is a big trade. All right. Anyways, we got MP Materials. If you're scared and you want to trade, miners, we got. This is a small cap. I would do a small cap miner. This is a small cap American battery technology company. I don't even know why it's ripping, but look at the resistance. You should have been long at 4, ripping, right? Probably has a long way to go. I like it. I like it. That's what I want to see. American battery technology. That's on the watch list now. All right. This is United States Antimony Corporations. What do they do? Sale of antimony. These are rare earth materials just ripping. I'm not chasing this, right? But look at the stocks ripping. Okay. These are the miners. I'm not even interested in the miners right now. They're already up to. I missed the trade. I should have been long already, right? We'll look for some capitulation. Let's move over to. Let's go ahead and start with. We have CoreWeave. So we'll jump from energy. We're gonna go energy. I want to go in sequence, right? I want to go energy, compute, intelligence. Energy, compute, intelligence. Doifer, we talked about this yesterday, right? Energy, compute, intelligence. On the energy front, battery technology, Cooler is trying to break out, but I'll tell you right now, Cooler's not ready to go. It's not ready to go. It needs to hold the $5 level. It's trying to break out. Okay, we have technical acceleration here, but it got a little rattled. It's a small cap. Okay, it got a little rattled, but it's still good, right? We're still getting the crossover on the MACD. This keeps me in the trade. I'm only half size though. I'm not going to size back up until we start holding $5 again. Okay, so Cooler, we're in the trade. Momentum's picking up. It looks good, looks solid. Let's dial in a little further. Cooler Technology is, they just had a partnership. It is dropping support, right? I don't like this. It is dropping support for a second time. So look, we gapped up, it dropped support. Let me move this. We gapped up and it could not hold the support, so I halved my size. I got right back in, right? You're probably gonna get you got to be careful. I got back in, not full size, but I added a little bit. We dropped it again. So I don't like this play, but guess what? When I see the VIX exploding this high, okay, where's my stop? Well, I should actually be stopped out, to be honest with you. I should be stopped out right now, but I wasn't paying attention. I can't track all these stocks. I don't have tremendous size. So that's what saves you as a trader. Don't have tremendous size. I have small size. Small size. I'm going to wait for this trend break to get back in. Okay. I'm going to wait for this trend break to get back in. I'm going to wait for the bounce. Cooler's going to bounce and we'll see how it plays out. I should have been stopped out though. Honestly, I should have been stopped out. The thing is, I'm watching too many things. I'm preparing the content, right? Because I'm confident. I think we're gonna have a nice little dip here, and I have 2027 call options also. So I'm so far out. I'm protecting myself. I missed it. Protecting myself. Smaller size. I have time. All right. Who else we got here? So that's Cooler. This is the energy front. I got out of Fluence Energy. This thing is overheated, right? It's very overheated. I got like one contract now. We played this all the way from 8 to 16, so it doubled 100%. This is what I meant by trim. We were trimming the other day on Tuesday. We're trimming these stocks up. You know what? Let me just do your guys' stocks. I know you're here to watch. You're here to look at the stocks you want to see. Let's just do your stocks. We'll go to CoreWeave first. Okay, CoreWeave. We'll just go to AI compute. I just wanted to lay out the narrative, which is AI compute. We have Nebius. Okay, it's up a lot. We have CoreWeave. We have Micron. We have this is the one with Applied Digital. This is the one that actually started to rip. We had a chart. We threw a chart out on the Discord actually yesterday, and boom, it gaps up today. Okay, it gaps up today. So Applied Materials starting to break that all-time high. I think it's all-time highs, is it? Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Maybe not all-time highs, but I bet if we throw on our market cap, I bet you it's all-time high. Yeah, look at all-time high market cap. It's ripping. The technicals are going to bring in traders, but it's all-time high ripping. So that's the market cap right there in the blue. It's pretty much at all-time highs. That's good. It's a good sign, right? So let's go through CoreWeave. Let's go ahead and go through CoreWeave. CoreWeave is going to have a lot of revenue coming in, lot of revenue. So you have the fundamentals, you have the thematics behind this trade. What are the technicals telling us? Well, it doesn't have much history, so I don't really like the weekly chart. That kind of sucks. The daily chart is what we're going to look at. bottomed out around here, started to pick up. You got the bullish divergence, broke out of that bullish divergence. It broke the downtrend. Okay, now it's consolidating sideways. I don't like the price action. Looks like trash, but there's a clear resistance at 148. Let's just call it 150 as a hard number. Let's call it 150. We want to see it get above 150. Where's our support? Well, let's throw on a VWAP profile. We're going to throw this profile from the very beginning, April 2025. Where's our support at? Let's take off the momentum. Okay, so if you want to buy CoreWeave, obviously you want to wait for a bottom to, pick up, but your best bet is around 118. That's not going to be bad. Somewhere around 118. Okay, you got the biggest volume profile bar right here, stair stepper, right? How do you think of this? Well, there's a lot of people waiting here. There's a lot of people waiting here at this level. This is a bearish, this is a bearish technical pattern, I'd say. Also, if you get down to like 101, I mean, that's easy, but I'm not buying the dip. Okay. If I'm a momentum swing trader, this is how I'm thinking about it. Free alpha here. Free alpha. If I'm a momentum swing trader, I'm going to wait for, let's see if I can find the brush. And how do I make the brush smaller? It's too big. If I find that, here's what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to break down. CoreWeave's going to do something like this. Okay. Something like this. Maybe it goes lower because I think we might dip lower. And then we start to form what? We start to form another downtrend. Once we break this downtrend and we show a bottom, okay, that's where I want to enter. I'm waiting for the pattern to form. Boom, breakout, acceleration, let's go. Okay, so we're looking at a bigger technical pattern. Now I can kind of bring this out, okay, and then I can take back here and just look at this bigger wedge channel forming. So here's your resistance, and then here's your support, and then here's your wedge. So look at it. Just give it time to give it time. You know what this looks like? You want to know what this looks like? Let's be clear here. This looks like Oklo back in the day. Look at Oklo. Same thing, right? Big breakout, came back down, started to bottom out, and then ripped higher. Ripped tires forms a rips that comes down, forms a wedge. This formed a gigantic wedge pattern. See if we can find the wedge. Oh, I guess this kind of looks like the wedge back then. Right? You got a wedge here. Did this give us a wedge? More so a downtrend, not really a big wedge. I guess it just gave us a downtrend. Right? Didn't give us the big, maybe it wasn't Oakland. Maybe it's SMR then. It's SMR. Is it SMR? Maybe these are just so powerful it's not SMR. Okay, I'm off. Anyways, you get this cup and handle. That's what I think we'll see with CoreWeave. You get a sideways cup and handle. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Damn it, I'm gonna have to move this. It's in my way. Hold on. There we go. All right, so let's get rid of this. Looking at CoreWeave, here's our other potential. Our other potential is that we just see a big cup and handle. Okay, and we kind of already have it coming here, right? Maybe a smaller one. And it's also a leaning diagonal cup and handle. That'd be perfect. Give it some time. Be patient. Some plays are ready to go, others are not. So that's my analysis on CoreWeave, which is you got to be patient. You're not chasing anything. I wouldn't even chase this breakout if it breaks above this level. I mean, you can, but I don't like the momentum. When we go to the daily momentum, it's kind of rolling over. So this is, to me, this is not a go. This is not a go. This is something to watch. Stay on the side, right? Nebius, different thing. We're not going to go to Nebius. Next, let's go APLD. This one's in acceleration mode as we speak. The only issue is you got to be patient, right? Because we're in the middle of a pullback. So I want to chase overall market strength. We're not having that. So I'm not chasing anything. I'm going to wait for the market to bring this back down. Okay, Applied Digital. I'm going to wait for the market to bring Applied Digital back to reality. And we're probably going to get a bounce on that oversold weekly and then go higher, right? We're going to stay overbought, not oversold. We're going to stay overbought because we're breaking all-time highs. There's so much revenue. I think their revenue went up 90%. Insane, something like that. These have legs. These have legs, right? So we got this. And yeah, you're right. I think Hassan was saying, let me throw these up here. So Applied Digital, Doifer, Archer, Mark, we're going to look at Archer. Hassan, AMD started to breathe finally. And then Hassan says, You don't feel like a fool anymore. You had a lot of size. That's why it feels foolish. You had a lot of size. VIX rejected at 22.45. So the VIX might be done. Today might have been the top of the VIX, right? Today might have actually been the top of the VIX. Do we know? Nah, we'll give it some time. We'll see what Trump says. Somebody let me know if he throws a tweet out there, right? Because we're doing technicals. So I'm keeping my eye on CoreWeave. I don't think it's ready yet. And then this one for sure, Applied Digital. This is AI compute. Energy has to, I mean, the computer, the ones creating the computation for the hyperscalers to pour their hundreds of billions of dollars into, right? You also have Vertiv Holdings. I don't like this trend. I don't think it has enough volatility, but it looks beautiful. Looks like it's going to break out. Looks a lot like CEG, which is another energy stock, but these are big mega caps. These are a lot bigger. Constellation, I'm not interested. These ones I don't like. I'm not going to go. I like small caps. Right now, we're kind of more focused on small caps. We can use these as a sector standard, but these are better if you're putting them in the portfolio, right? CEG, Applied Materials, probably Nebius, probably CoreWeave. Throw it in the portfolio. But as a trade, I only like CoreWeave, and I'm waiting for that. Applied Material, waiting for that. Micron, I'm not trading Micron. Maybe in the portfolio, it's hitting all-time highs. Okay, let's go to the next stock. Oh, SMCI. Keep your eye out for this one. This is also compute. It's just a little different. Very explosive, high volatile stock. Look at the momentum, just starting to pick up. Keep this on your watch list. You want to see super micro computer on your watch list. It's gaining momentum. This is our daily. Look at that momentum on the rise. Okay. And this really gets overbought. I mean, would it go to 92? You got the crossover in the MACD on the daily just started. Look at that crossover. You got the little, the little green, the green bar starting to shoot up finally. And oh, this is weekly. My bad. This is on the weekly chart. So this is good. This is even better. We're on the weekly chart. And a clear where's our clear resistance at? Our clear resistance level is, let's call it 60. Let's just call it 60. Doesn't mean you chase it over 60. It means you want to see the whole, the 60, you want to see clear volume over 60. I mean, really, you could say 65. It's such a fast moving stock. Let's go 60 to 65. Okay, somewhere in the zone. I'm keeping my eye on super microcomputer because the market cap is 31 billion. This could be $100 billion stock easily. 100 billion, a triple, right? Because it's a bigger, also because the numbers are better, you want to play this with options. That's what I want to do. I don't want to own the shares. You can, but you own shares. I want to trade for capital appreciation. I want to trade stuff with shares under 10 bucks. If it's 50, 60, 70, I want to trade options. I'm going to get more alpha. I'm going to get more delta with that. I'm going to capitalize better with that, right? So anyway, 65, 66, we'll see SMCI. I'm keeping my eye on it. I actually threw on a call and then I took it right back off because I was like, okay, I'm getting a little too FOMO here. Let's let the market pull back, right? Do we get new news? Chinese imported word to globe. Okay, no, we didn't. All right. So AMD, we can do AMD, but I'll do that on request because I'm not really looking at AMD right now. VIX, let's go back to the VIX. What is it? It's hitting at 2250, which is a previous. Yeah, this could be it. I mean, honestly, just think about it this way. Just think about it this way for the VIX. This is resistance. Also, the rare earth materials from China, the rare earth material, why am I losing my words here? Restrictions came out yesterday. It came out yesterday. Nobody cared. It was Trump. So what does that tell you? It's all in his rhetoric. So I'm not too worried about this VIX. This is not systemic. This is what is Trump going to do? That's it. So I'm looking for plays here. I'm looking for plays. Let's see. Iron. You want to do the short? Doifer? You want to see a short on iron? I mean, we have it looks like gold, right? GLD, same thing. Oh, gold. Yep, look at that. Now, this is where you short gold. I'm not going to short gold. I don't really care. I'm not shorting anything. But you get the retracement, can't get above it. Iron looks like gold. Okay. Do you short iron? Yes, with debit spreads. Make it cheap. Make it cheap. You're probably going to short it. Let's see. If I had a short, I'll go to the last high. I'll short it down to about 40. What are we at? 60? Cuts in half, maybe, to be, a little more realistic. You could short it down, you can buy debit spreads, put put debit spreads, which is a, you know, you're getting short with options, and you're using you're using leverage, but it's cheap because you're using, you know, I'm not going to explain the debit spread. Anyways, I'd go under 50. Anything under 50, boom, looks nice, right? But are you talking about a short? No, iron is a buy the dip. Oh, okay, buy the dip for iron. Okay, buy the dip. I guess if you're day trading it, sure. I would not swing trade it. It's not my taste. It's not my cup of tea. It's up way too much. Just continuously accelerates. If you're holding it, I would just keep holding it because you never know. But risk reward, in my view, for a risk reward, I think there's better plays out there with capital. It's at 93 RSI. It's probably going to keep accelerating on the daily, right? On the not daily. It's probably going to keep accelerating if you're day trading it, but I don't want to swing trade this overnight. It could have a big gap down. That's just my view. That's how I would take it. Um, yeah, not my cup of tea here. Not my cup of tea. Don't like it. And I would say that's the biggest red candle we've had for a while. Now, if iron pulls back and we get this reset on the RSI, then yeah, buy the dip. Probably buy the dip more than anything. I mean, the market cap is 16 billion. It's probably running for 50 billion. It probably can go a lot higher over the next 6 to 12 months. But my strategy doing leap calls or looking 6, 12, 18 months out and just playing momentum, not a buy for me yet, but it's something to watch. We're keeping our eye on iron. All right, Mark. Mark has a DFLI. DFLI. After we go through these, I'll show you what I'm looking at to buy the dip. Okay, so we have Dragonfly Energy Holdings market cap 93 million. Okay, we got a micro cap here. Is this a nano cap? Let me see. No, this is a micro cap. So this can fly. I'm interested on why this hit your radar. Dragonfly Energy engages in the manufacturing and supply deep cycle lithium ion batteries. Okay, I see. I see where we're coming here. Okay, let's go to the weekly. And because this is a micro cap, let me just see how bad it's distorted with market cap. Okay. So see how much it came down. I mean, this hit a peak of 338 million. Now it's down to 800. They diluted the mother F out of this. They diluted it bad, right? This thing is very diluted. So you got to play the technicals. You got to have a tight stop. Would I trade this? Sure. If I see the momentum continuation, I would. It's coming back down. Is there something special about it? Maybe, maybe not. Let's look at the support here. I mean, it does look good, though. I'm not going to lie. It does look good. It does look good. It looks a lot like Cooler back in the day. Okay, let's just go back in history so we can see, you know, what this move kind of looks like. Cooler gapped up here. Okay, gapped up. Well, it looks similar. Okay, it doesn't look exactly like Cooler, but you can see this, you know, you can see this big gap up, comes in, comes back up. And if it holds, I guess this is a much bigger structure, so that's not the best example. I thought Cooler looked like this. Well, let's go back to it. Where are we at? DFLI. I'll put that on there though. DFLI is going to be a micro cap play, battery stocks. We'll throw that up. I want to look a little more into it. It looks like it's kind of out of momentum and it got crushed. But if it supports 71 cents, now you could trade this with shares. This is a good play with shares. I wonder how you found it. I'm always interested. How did you guys find this play? This is a Twitter thing. Did you find it yourself? If you're finding these on your own, that's really good. If you find it on Twitter, that's totally fine. But I'm always like, how did you find this? Right? Interesting. So yeah, we'll add this on here. DFLI, battery tech. Probably gonna fail without the narrative. Let's throw this into energy storage, power generation, electrical components. All right, I'm going to put it up here with battery technology like SLDP, lithium ion, Fluence Energy. We're going to put it up there. Okay. Is it ready? No, we got to give it some time, but the chart has potential. There's a lot of potential there. Very small cap. This thing can fly. All right, let's go. Asan says CCJ. CCJ, before I even put it in here, I already know what this is. This is nuclear miner. This is a leader too. They're one of the leaders in nuclear, not nuclear mining, but what is it called? What is the components of the nuclear mine? It's uranium. There you go. So leader in uranium. I can already tell right off the bat, not my type of chart. I don't like it personally. Can it still move? Sure. But it looks overextended, showing bearish divergence. So this is my take on it. Bearish divergence. You see the buying pressures coming down. You have price going up, buying pressure coming down. It could still trend up. Don't get me wrong. It's not my cup of tea, though. Like I said, it's not my cup of tea. I see a a bearish structure starting to form here. That cone, right? Probably is going to have a pullback at some time. This is a leader, though. If you get a good setup, I mean, if you get a good setup, it's a leader. It's definitely a leader in uranium mining. It's consolidating. I mean, you could say, oh, it's consolidating, it's holding above 80, you want to see it break above 87, but I see all this capitulation. I don't know if I took these off. You really try to make this happen here. You could say it's just, it's just stair stepping higher like this. You see, stair steps. So maybe down here, if it can retest 80, could be, something to look at. It's not a momentum play for me though. Okay, I have that in the watch list though for sure. CCJ. And it's also, is it a small cap? Let me see where we at. This is 37 billion. So it's a large cap. It's a big cap company, which I think there's more to squeeze on the small caps, right? All right, let's go to Flux. Asan has Flux. Oh, wow. Asan, you be having the ones that are absolutely ripping. So not bearish divergence. It's this has to be a small cap. Yep, I knew it. I could just tell by looking at it. It's a micro cap. Micro cap, a lot of potential. What do they do? That's the question. Are they part of this narrative, this AI narrative? Where do they fit? Engages in the design, development, and sale of rechargeable lithium-ion battery storage systems for industrial applications. So here we go again. We'll add that in here to these energy store battery technologies. We'll go ahead and add it in. We'll add it in. A lot of stocks out there. Okay, so those are similar, Deflux and DeFi. Now, it's not ready though. It's just not ready yet. We'll see where it's at. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. It's on the watch list, but very overbought. And when it does dip, this could be definitely a buy the dip. I wouldn't even look at this. How bad is it diluted? Let's look at the dilution. It's not bad. Okay, it's not that bad diluted. This is actually a healthy, how would I say it? Supply and demand, like it's a healthy structure. That's not bad. I like this one. Okay. I don't need to add market cap every time. I already have one up here. Okay, we'll look around. Now these, we just want to see it start forming some kind of pattern. I mean, more than anything, I think we're going to get a wedge, right? It's going to come down and form a little wedge. So we're looking for a boom, some type of flag, or some type of wedge. So if it's not like, if it doesn't look like this in a breakout, then we're looking for maybe this comes down sharp, comes up, makes a lower high, starts to wedge sideways, right? That'll be nice. That'll be a good setup. You know what this will remind me of is if it does start to wedge like this will remind me of, because we look at so many, is it Hurdle Hodl? Oh, damn it, where is it? It's part of the transports. Hover, there we go. Hover. This one crushed it. Aaron crushed it on Hover. Finally had a red day. Look at this big structure. So that's what it might look like. We could get something on a Flux that looks like this. Big wedge and just rips. All right. Very small cap. These are good. These are good. I love these. This is what we want to see. Big momentum. And now we have time to look at it, right? Now we have time. I can't find every stock. I don't see them all. So there we go. We put those on the watch list. Got them. Who's up next? Now we got Alejandro Hernandez. What up? He says, why is crypto affected so heavily on tariff news? Strictly out of fear. All good. Adding link. Well, crypto is, you want to think of crypto, you want to think of the market as having these different sectors, but they're all cyclicals, right? They're all cyclicals. Crypto's a cyclical asset. Bitcoin's cyclical, meaning they're all sensitive to interest rates. They're all sensitive to the flow of money. They're all interested of, because we're in the theme we're in, which is risk on. There's a lot of investors, including retail, who are leveraging in the markets. So crypto is another leveraged play, to be honest with you. It's another leveraged play. And, when there's a possibility that for tariffs, it would be recession or just fear in general, or the VIX runs, there's hedging going on. Well, people are not going to go all in on a tariff, on tariff news. Now, if a bank were to fail, that's a different risk. If a bank were to fail, guess what? The Fed has to print money, crypto goes higher. So it depends on what the actual negative catalyst is. Okay, it depends on the negative what the negative catalyst is. Like if a bank fails, I don't know if you really see a lot of small caps go higher, but you will see crypto go higher because it's asymmetric, as in it's software, so it doesn't really need consumer spending, right? But if there's a trade war and honestly, I don't even think this does anything right now. I think it's just fear. It's just fear. Everything is down. All growth is down. If we go to every macro asset, watch, we'll go to leadership here. And what I will see is we got everything. Here's what's up. High quality up today, high quality assets. So this is a safe haven. Just think of crypto at its basic form as a high risk asset. And more than anything, people are going towards quality today, or defensive, right? They're getting a little more defensive. ITB is up. Home builders are up. Okay. TLT is up. Look at that big move in TLT. I mean, this isn't TLT, it's versus SPY, but TLT rates are up. This is why this is a good calling the Fed's bluff. Yep. Oh, that was way back then. Yeah. That was way back then. Anyways, this is good. This is good for crypto that TLT is going up. That means rates are coming down. I'm very bullish, by the way. Okay. But yeah, to answer your question in simple form, crypto is a risk asset, especially altcoins, and there's a lot of leverage in the system in crypto. Everybody's waiting for the Clarity Act. So anything that kind of deters that, they're going to get out, right? They're going to get out. So a lot of leverage in the system. That's probably the best way I can think of it. But really, a couple days doesn't mean too much. There could be people who are leveraged, literally like 100x leverage, 50x leverage, and they had to take their leverage off, right? They had to cover. So that's the best way I can answer. I don't know. It's a risk asset. It depends on what it is, though. Hopefully I answered it. All right. Saw the chart, thought it had potential. I don't know which one you're talking about. I know you had a different one, Mark. What was the other one? I think you put it in the chat. You had Archer. Oh yeah, Archer, ACHR. Yeah, Archer. I'm looking at Archer. I like Archer right now. It has a lot of momentum. This narrative is here to stay. It needs rate cuts. We're going to get those rate cuts. Interest rates are coming down. Guys, I can't stress enough. We're going to get a massive this pullback is perfect. We needed the pullback because you can only go up so high before you come down. And now that we're coming down, you're going to add to that momentum with more interest rate cuts, more chasing, end of the year performance chasing by institutions. They're starting to add Archer innovation. You know who's adding this? Josh Brown, one of the biggest guys in finance on YouTube. And in finance, he's a talking head. He's one of the biggest talking heads. He's long Joby and Archer, and Archer's business models. Look at this clear resistance. This thing is going to rip. So where would you add? Is that what you asked? Where do I add? You also said Burrow. Good level to add on Archer. Honestly, with Archer, it moves so quickly. Me personally, I would just add on the way it moves is just so, it moves so quickly. And I've got ripped a couple times. I would have to say, let's throw out a couple things because this stock moves a little different. You could wait for 10. 10 would be a perfect level. Does it come down to 10? I don't know. You kind of have two things here. You're waiting for the VIX to peak. Okay. You're waiting for Trump to come out and say what he has to say. And I think you can just buy Archer when that happens as it moves up because it's very momentous and it's ready to break out. It's going to break out. Just make sure your contract is further out enough, right? So you're looking at this structure right here, right? Between 11 and 1250, it's going to bounce around here. The longer it consolidates, the better. When it breaks out, you just buy the rip. You buy the rip. I can't get into super, we're not going to get into super small time frames right now. What would be the best level though if you just had to go short term? It's hard to say. I mean, really 1035, right? Anything in the 11s. But also, I don't want to say, oh, just wait for Archer, because if it doesn't come down far enough, right? Look at that capitulation down to 11. If it doesn't come far down or come down far enough, then you're really buying when it gets above, I want to say 13. I want to say 13. So there's a couple ways to buy it. There's a couple ways to buy it. Above 13, it's probably going to rip. And then and it has to hold. Make sure it has a trend, for example. Inside that day, I don't know if you have charts up, but inside the day, what you want to see is something like this, right? Something like this where it breaks 13 and then it shows a little pattern and then it starts to break again. You're long. You're long right here. You're long right here. Then it consolidates, it closes, not at the highs, but it closes higher. You stay long, right? Here's another one. Closes higher than it opened. You stay long. Here's another one. Closes at the highs. This is a big signal. It's going higher. Closes at the highs. Probably gaps up. Yep, gaps up right after that. So there's a lot of ways to do it. But yeah, Archer. Okay, I spent a lot of time on that one. Hopefully that made sense. Who's Burrow? What is this? Never seen this one. Nubaru electronical components manufactures high power brightness blue lasers for welding. Huh. Market cap is 62 million. Here's another very small cap. Where are you guys finding these things? These are dangerous. These are dangerous. You better know the narrative. You better know the theme. Okay, let's just look at the momentum. Let's go to the weekly. I'm not a big fan of these unless you really know the narrative, right? And they're a leader. Nano caps are dangerous. This was a nano cap. These are dangerous. Some of these will pump and you'd be like, oh yeah, and then they just die. They got to have some leadership, or else you're just playing pure technicals, which is scary overnight, right? So I don't even know if the narrative is strong enough. I mean, what do? They do electrical components, high power brightness. I don't know. I'd be a little skeptical. I mean, if you really want to, get long, wait for the trend. You need moment. And these, you don't want to be buying dips. You don't want to buy dips in these. You want to wait for the momentum to kick up, sort of like this. Okay. You don't want to go buy this dip and hopefully it bounces. You don't want to do that with these nano caps. You need it to start breaking the trend, gap up and rip, and then you start buying the rip higher, right? So wait for the trend to break and to get above a previous resistance or a clear level, maybe like 60 cents as it rises above 60 cents. But I wouldn't buy dips on something like this. I just wouldn't do it. They can keep dipping forever. All right, SLDP. Yeah, that's part of our battery tech. Let's go to the weekly. This one's been ripping. I'm waiting to get back in this. I mean, we missed it. We called it out at 360, 370, and I just missed it. Momentum is great. Looks like it's going to try to make another run here. Solid state batteries, great theme. They're I don't want to say they're one of the leaders, but they're up there for solid state batteries, which is the new innovation for battery technology. They last longer, they go further, they're safer, blah, 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 right? So this one really ripped, consolidated, broke out. Where's it coming to? I don't really know. This one's done, but we'll look for something on this. It could be in a trend. Market cap, I believe, is under $1 billion. What is it? Okay, it's at 1 billion now. So we look for a hard number. See, do we have a hard number? $5 maybe? 5? Yep. We got a 5 at this resistance. So these numbers are because they're not institutions trading this. $5. I would wait for the support at 5. If we see it support 5 and momentum starting to pick up, and obviously our narrative is there, then yeah. So I'd look for 5. If it can't hold 5, I'm not trading it. I want to see it hit 5, consolidate a little further, right? For SLDP. And yeah, add link. I mean, you want to add link, definitely add link. just looking through Robinhood stocks. Okay, that makes sense. Bro, if they had legit welding tech, I like the potential there too. Burrow, if they had legit, yeah, welding technology, that might be big. It's a small cap, so it can move. AMPX, AMPX. This sounds familiar. Is this a semiconductor? Lithium ion. Oh, okay, it's a battery. Okay, another battery. What's our market cap? Our market cap is 1.49 billion. Okay, so it's not too small. It definitely has a lot of momentum. Let's go to the weekly chart and see what we're dealing with here. What are we dealing with here on this weekly chart? Bearish divergence here, waiting for the pullback. Okay, so wait for the pullback on this one. It's $1 billion AMPX. This has a lot of trend momentum. Once it breaks all-time highs, it can really rip. What's our market capitalization look like though? How bad is it diluted? Okay, so it's already at all-time highs. It's coming back down to retest. I like this one. I'm gonna add this. That's a lot of battery technology there. Let's go battery tech. Oh shoot, this is the wrong watch list. Let's go to in play. AMPX. Okay. Yep, we got a lot of battery stuff here. Okay, so what are some levels, right? What are some key levels on this one? Amprius technology. It's kind of showing us the $10 mark. I mean, I would just zone in on the $10 mark. Okay. Anything above below that, like a magnet. Think of 10 like a magnet. Here's 10 somewhere in the middle. Think of it like a magnet. And you want to just see it come to this magnet. You're not buying it because it touches, but you're going to see it, consolidate and build momentum on that magnet. If it gets below 10 and it stays there, there's nothing there. There's nothing there unless it comes all the way back down to this uptrend. That might be something, right? If it comes into this uptrend, you might have something there. This one's already starting to slow. So it could retest its daily RSI. I want to see it come all the way down, kind of like this, though, right here. I want to see that where the RSI is all the way down. So 10, 10's the magic number. This is a good one. This is a really good one. So 10's the magic number for that. You might get another bounce. It's going to look like a reverse head and shoulders, and then it might break for a little bit, hold. I don't know. So yeah, AMPX 10. I'll stick to 10. You look one more time on the weekly RSI. Oh yeah, that needs to reset. That needs to reset. We'll see. All right. That was 14 minutes ago. Wow. Burrow, yeah, Archer 2. Burrow has an X account. Okay. Pre-market volumes SVCO. Doifer. I'm not sure which one Doifer was talking about, but yep, probably right. Again, ooh. You like these little climbers, huh? What is this? Package technology, compute aided design software, electronic data automation. Market cap is 107. This is a very small cap. I don't like I just looking at the price action. I don't like it. I don't like the price action. It's too tweaky for me. I need to see some volume pump. I need to see it pump with some volume. But it is rising on the weekly. Yeah, it really is rising on the weekly. It did I think I've seen this before. I think we talked about this one. I just don't like the price action. I really don't like the price action. If it can hold above, what are we at? 5? No, it's not even 5. That's $6. 6. Let's go back to the daily. What is it? How does this even trade during the week? How does it trade? Not a lot of volume. Yeah, there's not a lot of volume. I don't know. Because you'd have to trade this one with shares. I don't know how it's going to act overnight. Package technology. I mean, a lot of these have potential, but I would wait for it to really catch some fire, right? It looked like it was trying to break out. I'd wait for this to catch some fire. Again, I wouldn't buy this on a pullback. I wouldn't do this. But clearly, if we're looking at somewhere around $6, I want to see it touch 6 and maybe consolidate or maybe bounce and then make a new high and then maybe start buying on that new high. That's how I treat this one. I just don't like the price action. Very choppy. No clarity. Okay. All right, so let's go through that's all the ones in the chat. Let me go through some of the ones I'm looking at here. EOS Air and ENVX, Enovix. Enovix is still consolidating. Enovix looks really good. If you let's just get rid of this. Enovix is forming a wedge. Beautiful wedge. Okay. Perfect little setup. This is going to be, I think Enovix is setting up to be one of the cleanest swing trades, macro swing trades, because we have this consolidation that's been here for 4 years, going on 5 years. Okay. And when you break that, it's going to look like hymns. Looks a lot like hymns. Look at hymns, right? Even though hymns is a little more downtrendy, but once it broke, yeah, this, I guess it doesn't look like hymns. I keep thinking these look similar. I mean, they're kind of similar, right? But once you break all-time highs, you really just explode. Now, different industries. Oh, by the way, hymns looks good. Look at that. Different industries. So I guess you can't compare them completely, but their momentum, they're small caps. Hymns is not even small cap anymore. What is hymns at? Hymns is now at 12 billion. So it's heading into the mid cap. Schmid and large cap. It's going to be a large cap pretty soon. Hymns looks good. I actually like this one. And healthcare is catching the bid, right? So anyways, Enovix, that's what we got for Enovix. Microvast is holding. Microvast is holding, I believe, trying to hold all-time highs. Didn't get there, so you're going to get a retest here. This one's not ready, but look at this consolidation, still tight. It hasn't really made its big move. It still hasn't really made a big move yet. So it's consolidating. Eventually, it's going to get above, like, I want to say once it gets above like 5, it's just going to shoot to 10. Okay, where's our weekly? What are we looking like on the weekly here? Yeah, very, how do I say it? A lot of bearish divergence. It might come back and retest 250. I'm not sure. It's pretty bearish. So I want to see the RSI reset here, especially now that we're getting this reversal. I want to see the RSI come back on the weekly. You see the rise in the MACD. So keep your eye on Microvast. QS, I'm missing it. Cooler, we'll see. Cooler doesn't look great. It doesn't look great. Okay. Now let's go to the other ones. What do I really like to see here? Solar, Sunrun. Okay, is Sunrun, is this what I think it is? Is it from them boys? Sunrun is, let me double check. Oh no, it's out of San Francisco. Okay, that must have been a different one. Never mind. I thought it was there's one from Israel. They might do good. Okay, get that recovery money. Keep your eye here though, Sunrun. Once it rips over 2250, call it 23, whatever. We're not there yet. We still got time. But keep your eye. Make sure this is on your watch list. I think it's going to rip because we're competing with China. We need more solar. There has to be more investment here. ENPH2, it's about to roll over again. Piece of crap. Been trying to trade this for a while. But I think we're going to get something. We're getting close to more rate cuts. They're creating a new product. It's not ready technically yet. Power generation, iron, Wolf. I'm more bullish on Wolf. Wolf is now breaking out. Wolf is exploding. If it can pull off an iron, okay, then that means, look at that uptrend. That means, look how identical these look. Okay. Break of support. Break of resistance. RSI on the weekly is at 83, which is usually a no-go. But because of its power generation has so much revenue potential. Signing a thing with Google, breaking all-time highs, right? This one's breaking all-time highs. Got above that uptrend around 29 and doubled. So I think TeraWolf, and by the way, same thing. Look, it's the same setup. Same setup. Retested resistance a couple times. Broke out, got to the top of the trend, ripped and doubled, and broke all-time highs. Look at Wolf. Look at TerraWolf. Same thing. Just keep your eyes on it. Don't worry about this all-time high, though. It's so diluted. It's crazy. I'm not even looking at this. I'm waiting for it to... I'm just holding. I'm already long. I would wait for a retest at 10. If you're not long, don't chase it. But if you are, we could see a rip. Maybe some of you guys want to see it. Maybe you don't. I don't know. We'll see. So I think TerraWolf has that iron potential. Okay. SMR looks great. This one's been consolidating for a while. I've been doubting these. I've been long these since freaking last year in December. And I thought, hey, you know what? We're going to get but they just consolidate and rip higher. No revenue, nobody cares. Right. So this is an easy. I like SMR. It has is a very simple, a very clear support and resistance. If it gets to 30, this is a buy for me. On this type of stock, because of the narrative, power generation is going to be here for a while. Let's move our anchored view up. We need to take a look at SPY too. To see, okay, let's move to this one. So yeah, it's supporting that previous support, our volume average. I'm sorry, it's supporting volume average. So anything in the 30s, I kind of want to take a piece out of it for SMR, right? If it gets to 30, like low 30s, and I see a bounce, I think I'm long. I mean, this is where it peaked out last November. All right. So market cap, it's not a small cap. It's starting to move into large cap territory. We're sitting at 11 billion. So we're mid cap. This is, perfect little mid cap. We're getting more rate cuts. We got to be bullish here. More rate cuts, more liquidity, oil's down, automation's picking up. The hyperscalers are pouring so much money. They're making deals with other countries. It's game over. Oklo is up too much. Oklo keeps pissing me off. We need a flush lower for Oklo. We need a flush lower. Okay. OPTT. We're not even looking at this crap. This thing pissed me off. This is power wave technology. So ocean power. It's interesting. I think they have a long way to go with product. Okay. Nano nuclear. Okay. Here's one. Here's the one I'm betting on big. Okay. I'm going to hit you guys right now. Nano nuclear has a lot of potential. I think it's going to pull off an Oklo type move. Look at the consolidation. In real terms, it's really been consolidating since last June, and it just got above the level. It's in an uptrend. Okay, go do a fundamental analysis on it. I think I have one in our newsletter, which is going to be found on our Discord and all of our resources, which if you want to subscribe, I got the link on YouTube in the description. If you're on X, go to my profile, click on it. Actually, I don't even know if the Discord's on there. I'm gonna have to. I don't know where I gotta put it on X somewhere. Okay, it's a free Discord. Go check it out. Anyways, look at this. Look at this acceleration. I'm just very bullish on nuclear, and I've seen a lot of them already rip higher. I'm watching the profile, watching the price action. This one can rip. It's just it's been so long. Now let's go to the monthly. This is what I really like. Oh, there's no monthly. Anyways, you guys know what that is if you're familiar with this triangle pattern, right? What do we call this? An ascending triangle pattern. It's just ascending. It's climbing, keeps resisting. Broke through. A lot of volatility. Now here's the key. Okay. They're also doing nuclear for space. They have space industry. We're gonna hit the space industry. Okay. Space stocks are starting to rise. Right. We're bottoming out. Space and genomics are huge. If we hold 30, not hold 37. Yeah, the break above 37, game over. Now, luckily, it's starting to pull back. What I like is the market cap is 2 billion. Oklo's at almost 20. SMR's at 12 or whatever, 10. So we can get a good 5x here. Okay, I believe this is a 10 bagger. Nano nuclear. Okay, done. That's all. We're not going to talk too long about it. We got a lot more stocks to go over, but keep that one on your radar. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about that one. Hover took off. Archer looks great. We already talked about Archer. Blow off top over 1250. Drone technology. RCAT. Okay. Look at this wedge. You got to be long this. This is just a clear consolidation acceleration move. Okay. This one can rip. I mean, I think I think Red Cat Holdings, we're gonna do a fib on this one. For Red Cat Holdings, I'm looking at 31, a quick double because the market cap's like 1 billion, I believe. Maybe it's 1.2 billion. This is a small cap. I like these are the sweet spots between 500 million and 3 billion. These are sweet spots. Okay. So I think, oh, my bad. I think you can go to over the long haul. If you get 2027 calls, I think it can make its way to 100. Okay. That would be a 5x, 5 billion market cap drone stock. Defense is picking up. There's going to be a lot of drones in cities. By the way, we're going to get drones in cities, not just at war or in the military. In cities, they're doing it here in Phoenix. They're putting drones out there to track, criminal movement, whatever you want to call it. So these other drone stocks are up too much. We're going to wait for those to come back. These are up too much. Finally getting a pullback there, right? Now when it comes to the actual software for the drone, I'm still very bullish on not serve, where is it? I think I moved this into intelligence. Oh, we have a lot of good intelligence. We have obviously UiPath. We had been talking about UiPath. We're not going to go over it today because it already broke out. It's pulling back though. So, I mean, this one is a hold. Actually, we can talk about it. It's pulling back. This is actually a big opportunity for a lot of you if you missed it. I've been doing research on this one for a while. I've been told that it ain't crap. We're waiting for the new products, and now it's starting to, it's made a lot of good deals. So this is your resistance at 16, 15, whatever. This one I think goes a lot higher. UiPath. This is intelligence. This is AI, agentic AI. Very long on this one. Sown. I'm not too familiar with it, but it looks like Red Cat. I mean, very explosive chart here. What's our market cap? That's all I want to know. How fast can it go? 7 billion. Okay. Maybe it can double. Very explosive chart. It's kind of like a built-in wedge, right? Built-in wedge. The RSI and stuff doesn't look great on the daily, but this is like a built-in wedge channel. I don't know why it's so big. Maybe this is going to be big for media. I think it's what, sound, AI sound or something. Anyways, I like this one. This is what I really want. I'm watching this one. Okay, it's pulling back for you guys that maybe thought you're going to get FOMO. This one I think can be huge because I think it's going to be all of robotics. So PDYN, I've already talked about it, right? Now BBAI, we have not gone over BBAI. Look at all this resistance. This is another, AI intelligence play. I'm not saying it's something to invest big in, but this is a trade, very explosive trade. AI intelligence is getting ready to blow off top. Okay. How about C3 AI? Damn, looks like crap. Yeah, this looks like crap. I wouldn't even touch it. I just have it on there, but the chart looks like SHIT. Not interested. AI manufacturing, we're waiting for exometry. I think this one's going to go with the ISM. It's not ready yet. We're not going to talk about it. All right, let's go back to you guys. In VTS, I think we're moving into, okay, this is another semiconductor. Clear resistance here. Is this another very small micro cap? Let's see. Let's double check. Market cap is 1.75 billion. Okay. Okay. Well, this one has good price action. I mean, it's pretty clear. If you're going to get a pullback, you want to see the support at $5. This is a weird price stock, though. Weirdly priced. Okay. Nevada Semiconductor Corporation. Where are they out of? This is out of California. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, this one's a very simple stock. I mean, I actually do like the setup. This is a really good setup because anything over 10, psychological level. So to be honest with you, I want to see more this one can fly. A lot of consolidation. I want to see consolidation, bounce, 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 and then boom, an explosion over 10. And yes, I'm going to chase it over 10 intraday. Maybe it pulls back, maybe it doesn't. Probably gaps up. This one looks very clear. Oh yeah, this one looks good. Nice, Asan, you find some good stuff here, bro. Really good plays. Look at that. Broke the trend. Oh, this one's great. I'm going to add this one for sure. Yeah, I like that price action. I don't know what they do, but the price action is good. I'm gonna add it to, let's see, integrate power with drive control and protection, enabling charging power density and energy savings for mobile consumer enterprise, e-mobile new energy markets. Compare founded by I want to say, is this where do I put this? I don't have it in semiconductors. I'm just gonna move it to. I'm gonna move it to compute for now. I got to look more into it. I'm gonna move it. It's probably electronical components. I'm probably gonna have to make a new one for. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to make a new theme. Anyways, this chart looks really good. I would definitely put this on your watch list if you don't have it. Really good chart. I don't know when it's ready, but I'm gonna keep my eye on it. All right. Um. Okay. Who we got next? Drug. Oh man, I don't even like the name. Drug. This is healthcare biotech. Market cap sitting at 500 million. It can move, but I'm always skeptical of these unless they have a good track record. 2019, New York, New York. Bright Minds. This one looks familiar. Bright Minds Bioscience. What do they do? Therapeutics. Therapeutics. Just an umbrella term. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. The chart looks a lot like Space Mobile. Okay. Look at this. Take a picture of this. Wow, this thing is accelerating. Take a picture of this with your mind. Okay. Take a picture of this chart. Now check this out. ASTS. Does that look familiar? Same chart. Same chart, comes right back down, explodes, comes right back down, breaks out. Now, this is one to hold, just so you know, ASTS. This is now just a buy and hold. This is not a trade unless it comes down again. This is a buy and hold. Actually, you can trade it. It's very hot. It's basically turning. Shout out to Vic. What's his name? I don't even know if he listens to our chat anymore. But yeah, he found a couple of these stocks. He found Nano Nuclear and this one. Got to give him credit for it. They are every phone is going to become a satellite. So it's now communicating with satellites. They just made a deal with Verizon. You want to own this stock. This is a very disruptive, innovative technology. Can you trade it? Yes, I do leap calls on it. Market cap is now at, I know this is about drug, but I'm just throwing it out here. Market, more context is better. 30 billion, probably $100 billion stock. What is Verizon sitting at? If Verizon is valued at 168 billion, then ASTS can be valued at 200 billion. So this still has a lot of potential. Anyways, back to drug. I don't know how much potential this has, but it looks like if it gets over this level, then it's gone. I just don't trust biotechs. Okay, what's the market cap? Market cap is 500 million. I'll tell you what, or 500,000. With this bet, if this has call options, debit spreads, it can be a nice play. If it's king, I don't know what the narrative is though. I'd have to look into it. If it can get really big, if it can double, you're going to get get a nice move on your alpha or on your delta. So, let's do a fib. Can it move to 100, 170? It's at what? It's at 60. Can it move to $500? Can it move that high? Maybe. That's a good setup. I'll put it in biotech as a trade. I'll throw it in biotech. I have a watch list for this. Let's put it in drugs and pharma. Yeah. Along with Oscar and HIMS. I know a lot of people look at Oscar. Oscar looks good. Look at that consolidation. Keep your eye on this one. These are the stocks that should be ripping also. Now, Oscar, you can wait overnight. I don't know what drug does, but Oscar is solid over. Oh, no, it's just okay. Yeah, Oscar has a good setup. Drug HIMS, we're still waiting for that. Eli Lilly, this one finally broke. Good call options. Okay. What else we got here? Oh, okay. You're talking about NVTS. They made a deal with NVIDIA building components for AI servers. Okay, great. That's good. NVTS is NVIDIA portfolio. Oh, nice. Okay. So that makes sense. NVTS. Okay, that makes sense. I'm glad you guys are on to this. This looks like a good play. I probably like this one the most. one of the best ones that I don't already have. I like this one a lot. Drugs, I'm a little skeptical of, but I like this one. All right. So that's all I have right now in the chat. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to some ones that I'm looking at. Mag 7's not really interested. Tesla's pissing me off. Okay, Tesla looks like it's gonna have a. I went ahead and shaved some off. The momentum's picking, or the momentum is rolling over on Tesla. Okay, so I'm thinking we might retest 375. We'll see. We might test that 375 level. That's the best level right now, 360. If so, we'll see. But yeah, Tesla might be rolling over. I know they're running into a lot of issues. If they were going to run over 500, they should have done it. It didn't break out fast enough, right? But I'm not worried about Tesla. China is given, I believe China, I don't like Chinese, just so you guys know, I don't like Chinese stocks. I'm not a fan. I never know what the hell, they don't hold sometimes. But here's your dip. Here's your dip for some of these Chinese stocks. Unless you want to see them, I'm not interested. Baba, maybe it's a good buy. You just never know what the CCP is going to do, dude. I don't trust these guys. Don't trust them. Roku, Netflix, Zoom. We did a lot of stocks already. I mean, Zoom looks great. It's just like, where's your narrative? Okay, where's your damn narrative? So the next big, not big, but the next thing that I was looking at was gene editing stocks. We kind of looked at these yesterday. This is what I want to wait. These have full momentum. They're full expansion momentum. They're all small caps. Okay, and they're freaking ripping. And this is the next innovation, right? The next iteration, innovation to biotechnology, which is being able to edit your genes, edit out diseases. It's a new frontier, okay? And you can tell by the volume. Look at this volume. Okay, these things are ripping. Look at that RSI. Okay, these are hot. So I'm actually looking for a pullback on these. I want consolidation. I want to see some consolidation. So for this is Intellia, one of the leaders, 2.63 billion market cap. I want a piece of this. I think these rip past all-time highs. All-time high is 200. I think this is a 10x. I think a lot of these are 10 baggers. Okay, a lot of these are 10 baggers. Just to get back to the all-time high, it's at 210. We're at 26. Could it rip to 500? So my thing is, I think these are 10 baggers. You want to keep your eye here. Okay, Kathy Wood, everybody, listen, Kathy Wood, I want to just dispel the narrative. Oh, she's trash. Kathy Wood, here's her stock, by the way, right? Here's her portfolio. Oh, Kathy, I remember on TikTok, look, TikTok, whatever, it's cool. There's too many, I'm sorry to say, there's too many idiots on TikTok. There's a lot of smart people, but there's a lot of idiots, okay, that are really just, goodness sake, I don't mean to offend you, but there's way smarter people on YouTube and Twitter. TikTok, they're brainwashed. Who controls TikTok until now? CCP. Now, who is it? Israel. Okay, that's enough about that. Anyways, Kathy Wood, everybody hated on her. Okay. And she was long NVIDIA before anybody else. She was long Tesla before anybody. She was long Bitcoin, Ethereum. I think she was later to Ethereum. And oh, ARK's gonna fail. It's trash. Dude, the ARK is not. This is a innovation company. It's pure. So her research is legit. You got to go look at her research. The only issue is people trade her stock wrong. You need liquidity. You need to be in macro summer or macro, you need to be really in macro spring. What is that? Well, take my course. No, I'm just kidding. I'll teach. The macro stuff is what I used to talk about a lot. We're not really in that because I said, hey, look, we're in very good macro. We don't really need to go over it. It's buy the dip. It's buy the rip, small cap, high risk innovation. So my whole point to this is that Kathy Wood's outperforming every other index at this point. Go find me another index she's not outperforming. She has a lot of research, because I don't understand this, on these gene editing. She's been talking about this for a while. So I think these are 10 baggers. Intellia, keep your eye here. Where do I get in? I'm waiting for a nasty pullback. I hope it comes. This is what I'm looking for. I hope it comes. Okay. Where's our first point of control? No, I'm just kidding. Where's our first, consolidation? I'm hoping we can come back under 20. That'd be nice. Okay. Because 20 is a nice round number. So 20 is about right here. Got all the way to 26. These things move. When I tell you these stocks move, these stocks move. How much are we up since the break? Since we broke the trend, it ripped up 87%. This is a $2.3 billion market cap, possibly a $100 billion market cap in the future because of what it's doing. That's not a promise, but I'm very bullish on these gene editing companies. They won't all win, but there will be a race, an arms race, which means a lot of money being poured into them. Okay. Next, we have Beam Therapeutics. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, gene editing is probably the best risk reward that I see out there. We're getting a lot of deregulation, so this all fits. This all fits the shoe, right? Deregulation, rate cuts, more liquidity for these high risk business. They're changing the world. They're helping with diseases, which is crushing America so much. Is disease, physical, chronic illness, and diseases, right? So these are going to do well. Beam technology hasn't even broke out yet. This one looks straight. This one looks good, accelerating. That's what I'm talking about, right? Break above 22. So all of these look solid. Now, do you want to just chase it? Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. You don't want to just chase it. What's our market cap here? 2.6 billion. These are all small caps, right? So Beam technology, let's do a little bit because this has a lot of consolidation. Let's do from the highs. Let's see where we're at. Okay. So once you get above 35, it's game over. I think that's all you need to know. Once you get above 35, it's game over. Maybe you just look for this one. Let's go to the daily, see what are we looking at here. You hope the RSI resets back to the halfway mark. All the way down would be great. It's in an uptrend. Let's see how we can trend the momentum. It's up too fast. This thing has to come down. There's no way this is the trend, right? This is not the trend. It's going to break down. Where does it break down? Let's look at our previous support. Okay, so you're hoping it comes down to like 2250. If it hits 2250, starts to bounce, I'm long. Simple as that, I'm long. Because over 35, that's the breakaway zone, right? So I'm going to say right now, here's where you want to be long, right? You want to be long somewhere in here with good price action. If you don't know what price action is, I'm sorry I can't help you, but I can coach you on the Discord. So yeah, Beam Technology. Okay, next, Editas. This is the smallest one. 300 million. You best bet. I've been chasing this since 2020, by the way. Okay, I've been chasing this since 2020. Look where it bottomed at. Look at this volume. I don't know how many million shares that is, but it bottomed at 89 cents. It's up 400% in a matter of 1 year. Has it been 1 year? That ain't a year. Oh, no, I messed up. Since April. Okay. Now, of course, it was April. All I'm saying is these have explosive moves. I'm trying to get long this genomic stuff. Okay. We're getting deregulation. All-time high is 107. Has it got diluted? Sure. I'm sure it's got diluted a lot. Okay. I'm sure it's got diluted a lot. All-time high market cap. Listen, the market cap was at 9 billion. The market cap was at 9 billion back in December 2020. Okay. Before they even did anything, just out of excitement. So Kathy Wood owns these. What's going to happen in ARK Invest when Tesla rips, when Bitcoin rips? It's going to carry the index, which is going to carry these small caps. This is what you want to trade here. Okay. I'm not saying own it forever. We don't know who's going to win, right? My guess would be CRISPR. We haven't got to it, but you want to trade these, not financial advice. You want to trade these. These things can rip. And this momentum is barely starting to pick up, right? I have FOMO because it's a 300 million market cap. It was at 3 billion. What is the upside from $3 to all-time highs at 101? That's a 2,500% return. I need to add Figma on there. So you best bet I'm looking to get long Editas and CRISPR. Okay, CRISPR is already breaking out of the downtrend. This one looks great. I think this is the winner so far. Could be wrong. CRISPR looks great. Had the best volume of all time back in July. We talked about this back in July. We just needed a retest. I got long. Okay, I got long the retest, and then I got stopped out because I had recency bias. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get punked again and lose another $1,000 trying to get long, and it rips higher. Should have been in it, right? They don't even care. Listen, when biotech takes off, they don't care about when you get the narrative in biotechnologies like these gene editing, it doesn't care. It only cares about more liquidity and rate cuts. It doesn't care about trade deal. It doesn't matter. These can go up regardless. The last time we had a big bull market, I believe was in the early 90s for biotechnology. So anyways, um clear resistance on CRISPR at 86. Okay, 86, 85, whatever. We'll see. I'm still waiting for it to come down. But I like Editas. I like all of these. I like all these. So that was kind of my big, my big rippers right there is the drug companies. Consumer goods, meme stocks, not really. Software security. I don't want to waste my time. Battered stocks. I mean, CRM, this is probably a good, hold. CRM is still struggling. CRM has a lot of room. Kava, I know this is a trade for some people, but I don't have unlimited capital. I want to be long the genomics, not really Kava, not really CRM at this point. UNH made its move. It's struggling. UNH should have just kept going. It didn't. I'm out. I traded it, made good money. I'm out. Lululemon pissing me off, about to roll over again. I'm about to make a loss on Lululemon. I was wrong. They need all they need is one, basically the new board of directors is trying to make money. They're not trying to recreate the brand. They're buying all the same materials as they did the last 2 seasons. So that's why they suck. So if they change the board of directors, the stock pops. The stock pops instantly. We've seen this before with Starbucks. We've seen this before, right? So I'm still long debit spreads, but I'm getting crushed. I have like 7 days left for my put credit spreads to, basically go to zero. All right. What about Figma? What is Figma's thing? I gotta add Figma. I believe Figma is design platform. Hold on one second. I believe Figma is part of the compute. I needed to add Figma in there. What is Figma? What do they do? Power design platform that enables seamless collaboration across entire product development lifecycle at product. Is Figma AI intelligence? What is this? What's up, Dustin? What's up, Dustin? You missed the whole stream. Went over a lot of big stocks. Dustin, you need to you need to do a playback on this. I'm gonna have some timestamps in here. When I finish the timestamps after the stream, go to the gene editing stocks. That's what you want to have right now, bro. Lifetime opportunity. I've been waiting for these for 5 years. They're starting to bottom out. These are 10x opportunities. All of them are 10x. These are all 10x opportunities. Okay, probably more than that. All right, so Figma. What the hell does Figma do? Does somebody want to tell me? I lost Grant today on my calls on Lulu. I lost a grant. Oh, a grand. Okay. I was going to say, well, somebody gave you a grant. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if they gave you grants in college, a grant to trade, to invest. So Figma, I know Figma's big. I just don't know. Let me see what they do. Since nobody wants to tell me what the hell Figma does. I guess that's my job, huh? Let's see what Figma does. Figma is... Okay, so they are AI intelligence. All right. I thought so. This one should be big then. I don't know if there's so many. I got to ask somebody personally who actually uses it. I need to speak to my brother. I will be speaking to him this weekend. I'm going to travel. He just had a daughter. Congratulations, Isaiah Fielder. Just had a daughter. Give him some prayers. He had a first daughter. He needs the prayers. And put this in AI intelligence. And he knows all these companies. Like, he can break these down, these AI companies. He literally is a software engineer. He deals with this crap. He's the smartest dude I know. So I'm gonna ask him about this, and then we'll have some feedback going forward. But okay, so Figma. Let's look at the momentum. Okay, Figma exploded 83, went to 146. You know there's something big here. Okay, the chart is sloppy. It's a very sloppy chart. There's no trend, but there's clearly a cup and handle that ripped higher. So let's take this off. Don't care about that. Coming right back into that preview. Let's see if it can turn resistance into support. Figma at 60 bucks. Very clear. Figma at 60. Okay, see if it can hold 60. Our daily momentum's coming down. Okay, it's almost reset. Our weekly, there's nothing there because the stock just started trading. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. Figma looks great technicals. Yeah, great technicals. I want to say 58. Damn, there's so many good plays. We just need to confirm that Figma is in the AI intelligence spot. Oh, it's at 30 billion, so it's not a small cap. Okay. Damn, 30 billion. And it's down that much? Where the hell did it IPO? Why is there no market cap showing up on here? What the hell? Okay, whatever. So if they didn't dilute, I'm trying to see the dilution. If they didn't dilute, you're telling me this company was IPO'd around 50 billion? That's pretty big. So yeah, Figma looks great. I mean, it's not a small cap though. So it kind of goes down the tier list, but it's a trade. It's definitely a good trade just by looking at the technicals. Um, AI intelligence, we'll keep it up there. Just to track also. Figma's new. It just IPO'd in August. Looks like SVCO. Similar to Adobe. Okay, so it is AI intelligence. Thank you. Firat Baktosoglo. Adobe. Sorry if I said your name wrong, but that's an interesting name. Firat Bektas Sologo. Where are you from? I've never seen that name in my life. I butchered it. Yeah, I know I butchered it bad. You always got to try though, right? So Adobe looks like crap. Adobe stock is trash. They're getting smashed, 200 billion. So Figma, it looks like a lot of these intelligence plays are getting smashed because of AI agents. Okay, so quick little narrative here. Is this even Adobe stock? This doesn't look right. This does not look right. Is this Adobe? Should be. It's on a different exchange. ADBE. Okay, Adobe. Here's the real Adobe. I knew it looked wrong. So Adobe could be a buy. I know a lot of people are buying Jeremy from Financial Education. I used to watch him. I know he's talking about Adobe. It's a lifetime opportunity. Buy Adobe. It looks exactly like CRM. So let me show you guys something real quick, right? Give you some context, education here. These big humps, this means that the company needs to perform or else it's going to get crushed. CRM is in the same thing, right? Big humps. They're both AI intelligence. They're doing agents. They're slightly different businesses. Obviously, they're in slightly different industries. CRM is like workforce, and Adobe is like media, if I got that right. But they could be good opportunities to hold. Like this is a good support, right? And then some of you guys like to play these. The question is, are they getting disrupted, right? Because as soon as OpenAI comes out, if their OpenAI agent can outperform at a cheaper pace, these stocks might not recover, which is why I'm a little nervous about CRM. And they're so big. So UiPath is a small cap. It's an agent, but they just did a deal with NVIDIA. By the way, Dustin, you want this right here. UiPath, you want this. They just did a deal, their partnership with NVIDIA, OpenAI, NVIDIA, OpenAI, Snowflake, Google, Microsoft. So UiPath is a small cap, meaning they're taking market share. They're not losing it. Better risk reward, right? Versus Figma, which I think is AI intelligence. It looks like a lot of these AI intelligence stocks, they just were priced way too high. I'm not looking at the P ratio, but I can just tell that they were priced up way too high. They're getting threatened with market share, so you got to be careful. It might be good trade. So UiPath is something I definitely want to look into. I'm not adding Adobe up there. Just not a fan of it. Could I put CRM and intelligence? I probably could. All right. Bektash. Oh, that's how you pronounce it. Bektash Oklo. Look at the green candles. Oh, yeah. Path. Yeah, Path has really good green candles. Look at you guys are getting the pullback. As a matter of fact, I wanted to add today, but I want to see about the VIX. We're going to finish off with the S&P. We've went through a lot of stocks here. Okay. If I had to, since we're going back in time, if I had to say which are the top stocks I want to look at here, you need to join the Discord, guys. Join the Discord. I'm going to put the sticker up here. Okay, I'm gonna put the sticker up here and then oh, I'm gonna put it in the my bad. I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'll put it in the comments. That's easier. Give me a break. I'm not a tech guy. I had to call my little 16-year-old brother to ask him how to do the damn Discord. Okay. So here we go. Here's our Discord. It's free. I think you'll find some good resources in there. There's going to be some paid stuff coming. Okay. There'll be higher tiers, but for the most part, you get a lot of value for free. After hours, I'm not sure. Market started to tank. Oh, they're tanking right now. Okay. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, because I want to go over this. Look at the SPY. So we didn't even hit SPY, but look, we're pulling into anchored VWAP 650. This is where I said we should stop. If we don't stop at 650, we might be just doing a 5% pullback. Damn, what a red candle. This is good though. The faster we get the rip, the faster, damn, the faster we sell off, the better. Let me get an update. See what are we missing? Is there something new? Actually, let me just check my phone. You guys can check Twitter. Since I'm streaming and looking at charts, what are we missing? What happened? I want to talk about this narrative. I hope you're on there, Scofus. I appreciate you. And Scofus, if you're still on there, make sure you DM me because I need to add you to the tier on our Discord. I need to add you to our first tier since he's already paid for the tier. Okay. Anything new? What are we missing here? Breaking. President Trump will impose, damn it, Trump, 100% tariffs on China starting November 1st. I told you guys we were going to get a freaking pullback in October. I told you to be careful. Okay, here goes the VIX taking off again. Do we have after hours in the VIX? Let's put this on here. Full trading hours. What the hell does that mean? Oh, it's because it's the VIX. 2250. The VIX, is it higher? You posted it? All right, thank you, Hassan. All right, so it looks like we're probably gonna get a VIX to 28. That's even better. That means get rid of the bull SHIT that you guys have been chasing because you're like, oh, I want to buy this stock. It looks good. Get rid of that and get ready to buy the dip on some quality stocks. Number one stock, Nano Nuclear. Oh, that's an extra. Nano Nuclear. Okay, bam, falling again. Son of a gun. I just loaded up on it too. That's okay. Nano Nuclear starting to fall. This is one that I want a piece of. This narrative doesn't disappear. As a matter of fact, it gets stronger, but people are panicking at the moment. So there's certain stocks who are going to suck. Certain stocks are going to do bad, are going to do good. UiPath, okay, this one's going to probably retest that breakout around 15. Okay, just wait for the retest of 15. I like it. Looks great. The one that I've been telling you guys about, PDYN, do not chase this. This is too risky. It's high risk. Okay, it's very high risk. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it has 100x potential, but it's too high of risk right now. You're not going to get institutions. You need the market to bottom out before you get into this. This thing can rip in half. Like I could see this going all the way down to like 5. If the VIX goes to 28, it'll break this wedge pattern and get crushed. I kind of FOMO'd into it a little too much. So we'll see how it plays out. I've been here before. Do not FOMO into this. Where's Tesla in after hours? What is Tesla looking at? Damn, this dude's gonna do freaking tariffs. Tesla's at 405. Good thing I shaved more today. Okay, so what are we doing? What are we tariffing here though? Based on the fact that China has taken this unprecedented position and speaking only for the U.S. and not other nations who are similarly threatened starting November 1st, 2020, depending on any further actions changed by China, the United States of America will impose a tariff of 100% on China over and above any tariff that they are currently paying. Also on November 1st, we'll impose export controls on any and all critical software. Damn. Okay, so this is it. This is it. He is, where's Chainlink at? I knew it. Damn, Chainlink's getting ripped. So this is a bigger buy the dip opportunity than I thought we were going to get. Or it's happening faster. I'm sorry. I thought we'd get a big one, but it's happening faster because now he's throwing the threats out. Okay, now they're at. So we can scratch whatever we said before. There is no threat. No, the threats are out. The threats are out. So here's your opportunity. If you've been waiting to load up, get rid of your trash. Get rid of your trash stocks. Buy quality, not quality as in terms of financial media quality, because they're going to tell you to go buy Nvidia. Okay, you don't need to buy Nvidia because we're not going into a bear market. You want to buy quality stuff that's going to outperform. Now we're going to get some real pullbacks on. You got to be patient. Be patient here. You're going to get a pullback in CRISPR. See how bad it's reacting right now. Not too bad. Intellia. Oops. Not too bad. Crypto's reacting pretty bad. Okay, so you're going to get a pullback here. These are those genomic stocks I was talking about. Solar. Oh, I know EMPH is getting ripped. This thing got ripped because of China in the first place. Power generation. Power generation shouldn't get hit too bad. I mean, you're still going to get hyperscaler spend no matter what. You're going to get hyperscaler spend no matter what. Nano nuclear. Still ripping. Yeah, I like nano nuclear right now. Battery tech. See, battery tech, EOS, Fluence. Where's Fluence at? Fluence is coming down. I'll buy that lower. This one's in China. This one might get hit hard. Microvast, they're expanding into China. This one might get hit pretty hard. Full Sid. This dude, bro. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Dustin, we should trade live. Well, we're not day trading. We could do. I'm thinking about it, but I think what I'm gonna do, Dustin, is if we do anything live, that is gonna be that takes a lot of work. That's gonna be a paid tier on the Discord. That's gonna be. I'm not doing that for free. That's hard. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Trump Truth posted. Okay, let me see. 30-second candle on Bitcoin. Tweezer bottom. Okay, where's the VIX at now? I could have sworn there's a VIX. There's a after hours VIX. Why isn't it? Did it stop? Maybe I can throw on global trading hours. Is that different? No. That's weird. Never seen that. How about full trading hours? How about regular trading? Oh, how about regular trade? No, it can't be that. We'll just stay on full. What do we got here? Does this disrupt the double bottom on Link? Yeah, nah, the crypto needs the Clarity Act. So there's no double bottom. Crypto needs the Clarity Act. If you're in panic mode, the technicals are not going to hold up because you got to wait for a bottom. The technicals will not hold up in a macro event like this because if now a lot of people who are heavily exposed, they're going to get shooken out. You got to understand that we need to understand that leverage is at all-time highs. I'll show you the leverage chart. And what that means is this could cause the thing that I thought we were going to get back in not till February. We might have a bigger correction than I thought. It depends though. It depends how fast Trump responds. You're going to get, yeah, where interest rates? As long as interest rates don't go up, we're okay. Okay? As long as rates are not going up, we're okay. Where's our rates at? Okay, good. Rates are falling. So bonds are getting bought. This is not bad. This is our cushion. The fact that interest rates are going to respond by going down. Oh, I hope so. Wait a minute. We need interest rates down. Okay. If rates go down, we're in good shape. If they start to surge, it's risk off. We're probably going to get a 10% correction. We need interest rates to come down. If this is going to be a safe or an okay sell off. Let's see. How's Palantir? Palantir's fine. Dustin, you gotta be careful, man. We're still on YouTube. Jewish stocks are safe. That is hilarious. Does this distro? Okay, I already read that. Palantir, yeah, Palantir is fine. Like Palantir is good. I mean, I wouldn't honestly. This is where you want to buy Palantir. Palantir is not giving. Palantir has bearish divergence, so it's just that they're so heavily invested with institutions. There's a lot of bearish divergence. This might be the opportunity to get that monster pullback on Palantir. Let's see how it does. Hassan looks like he made the right move. Trump live announcement on deck associated with press on YouTube channel. Okay. Let's see if I could pull something up here. See if I could pull in CNBC. So hopefully it doesn't freeze. Is it going to be live? Don't tell me my live stream is not working, is it? Damn, dude, it's all blacked out. I just can't handle it. I'll get rid of that. Let's just go to YouTube. CNBC, Bloomberg. I don't know where we're gonna find it. All right, so yeah, Palantir should be good. What else we got here? VIX trading stops at 4 p.m. Eastern. I could have sworn we've seen the VIX in after hours though. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Let's go to SPY. Let's see how bad this is. The faster it falls though, the better. Okay, we need to, if we're gonna squeeze out, we need to squeeze everything out. So it is getting dumped. 650. Goodness sake. Yeah, this is not good. Don't panic though. I wouldn't panic. The Fed has to cut rates multiple times. So you're going to get more rate cuts. You just have to be very selective on what you're going to own at this point. You got to be very selective. Tariffs have turned out to be deflationary, meaning they're going to slow the economy, meaning the bond trade is picking up. TLT, long bonds, starting to move. Look at this green candle. Look at these green candles in TLT. Now, does it hold up? Who knows? It's been tricky for a while, but you're getting a lot of movement here on TLT at the last second. This is long bonds. They already gapped up this morning. So how about MP material or not material? Let's go to our material. Let's see if we can get a hedge. Can we find a hedge in our the stocks that took off this morning? Who was the biggest hedge this morning? The biggest hedge was ABT, UAC. Who was it that really moved? I guess they didn't really stay higher on the day. Yeah, this one. This one took off. Okay, here we go. Trump announcement. Let's see what he says. There we go. Now I just need to turn this into all right, cool. We got the announcement up here. UVIX up 9% after hours. Let's look at that UVIX. I don't like how it doesn't show the after hours here. We're just gonna stick with SPY for now. S&P 500, by the way, Dustin. The S&P 500. Why am I not getting after hours? Am I just not loading? Oh, extended trading hours. There we go. Let me see if I messed up. VIX. No, still not there. UVIX should be there. There we go. There we go. So the UV, yeah, the VIX is exploding again. We're going to 28. Looks like we're heading for 28. Still going to be the best. This is still going to be the best opportunity until for the next leg of the bull market, this is what you want to own. Now I'm like, damn it, I was probably too heavy in a couple stocks. I'm gonna have to shave some options on Monday. Nike's been bad for some time. Yeah, I'm not interested in Nike at all. Phoenix Suns played in China today. Poor guy is gonna catch some hateful words. Oh yeah. You think America's racist? Go to China. Go to China. Well, somebody's making some dough in the UVIX. I'm gonna tell you a good trade though. Yeah, crypto's getting smashed. A good trade is gonna be where we at with Chainlink. That's the first thing I'm looking at. A good trade for the VIX is gonna be shorting the VIX. When it gets up really high, you want to short the VIX, or you sell puts on the S&P. This is where I'm probably gonna try that. I'm gonna try to sell puts on the S&P or the Qs. Okay, how low can we go in the S&P? Let's go to SPX. Forget the spies. Let's go to SPX. This is the real index. Okay, let's take the volume off. We don't care. If we use anchored, oh, what the hell is this? Oh, I need to sign into my other one. Damn. All right, that's fine. Crypto's tanking. JBL is a good. They're not dependent on China as much. Oh, JBL, yeah, that's like was that JB Hunt? I think that's JB Hunt. No, what does this do? Electronics manufacturing. Okay. Anyways, so back to SPX. So, anyways, SPX, right? We should see this is the overall index. What we're looking for is we want to use the anchored VWAP from the previous low. We're already there. If we cannot hold this, this was like the last major correction, which was what? Not that big. It was like 2%, 2.5, 3. Okay, 3.25%. Okay, so and that was back in July. If we can't hold this, then we want to use, how far are we right now? We're at 6,500. Okay, I thought we'd come here. If we can't hold this, we're going to go back to the last one. We're looking at 6,400. You're looking at an RSI retest. Now, don't panic too much. Some of you guys are going to panic. Just be patient. You're going to panic and think we're heading into a trade war again. It all depends on interest rates. If rates can fall, it's fine. You just don't want rates to go up. That's a double whammy. That's a hit on growth, and that's a double whammy because rates go up. So that's a, like, not only does tariffs hurt growth, but it also might cause, it's not going to cause inflation. Nobody's buying. There's no demand for it. What it's going to do is bankrupt a lot of companies in the short term. And if rates go up, well, at least the 10-year, that's going to bankrupt a lot of people. So you just want rates to come down to also, lower the blow. And Trump already knows this is probably what they discussed today. We're going to go ahead and slam these tariffs. I guarantee you, trust me, they're 2 steps ahead. They're going to slam these tariffs. They're going to see if they can get the 10-year down. That's what they've been trying to do all year. They've been trying to get the 10-year down. So they're going to try to get this down. If this thing breaks, it's probably coming down to like 3.5%. Now your mortgages are going to come down because there's going to be a lot of investment into bonds. That's what we're seeing right now. Does it happen? Who knows? Damn, this thing really freaked out. Okay. So 5% is down here. A 10% is going to take us to, what are we at? 640. 10% pullback. All right, so 10% is going to take us to 600. 600 even. That's a big move. That's a big move. Where's our weekly RSI? Yeah, none of this matters. None of this technical stuff. When we get stuff like this doesn't matter as much. We're just looking like, okay, how much pain can we get? And where's the 10-year? How does the 10-year react? How much pain do we get? Trump's live announcement. All right, let's go. Let me see if we can actually do this. What indicator do you use for VWAP? I'm using anchored VWAP. So it's right here. It just says anchored VWAP. Does that answer your question? What a move. Either way, we're probably going to get a bounce. See if this works. All right, so we'll see if the volume works whenever it comes on. Have to double check that. I'm gonna take a bathroom. Oh wow. 15. Well, that hurts. 1496. Let's see, where's ETH? There goes those puts on BMNR. Bitcoin's down to 110. Let's go to our mega caps. Oracle, Nvidia down to 179, Meta 700, Amazon. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Tesla 405, Apple after, yeah, they're getting crushed in after hours. New US still Nucor, US Steel. Nah, I don't think so. I wouldn't mess with these steel companies. They don't really grow. They don't really grow. They don't really grow. There could be a diamond in the rough somewhere, but right now, nah, definitely not now. All right, let's go see how bad crypto's down. Let's go to our crypto list. We're still waiting for Trump. What a sell off. Okay. So here we got Bitcoin. Back to December. So Bitcoin's been consolidating now for almost a whole year, which is good. A lot of people are going to be asking though, is this the top? Is this the top for Bitcoin? And it really depends just how bad this event is going to be. Still waiting for Trump. Well, hopefully we get that Trump taco. Let's go ETH down 15%. Solana down 20%. Let's go to the daily chart. Solana down, XRP down 40%. Wow, XRP got crushed. And that's not even XRP isn't going to survive anyway. XRP was down 7. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way XRP was down 72%. Cardano, yeah, I don't think Cardano's gonna survive either. Cardano's down 65%. Chainlink at 17, 18. I mean, that's not as bad as XRP. Is this real? There's no way. XRP literally just took, it's not down there now, but it took all the gains back from November. Whew. Somebody sold down there too. Let's see on the 1 minute. I bet you there's no way. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I guess so. They're probably telling Trump this right now. If Trump was the Nobel Peace Prize winner today, would be a green day. Oh. That's crazy. That's probably the craziest thing I've seen. Let's see what else do we have that's down big. Trump coin's probably down big. Got down to, oh, that's USDT. Okay. Nah. Get rid of that. We're not watching that. Sui. Oh my goodness. Sui got destroyed. Is this even on the right chart? Sui dropped 70%. Oh my gosh, crypto's pricing in a damn recession. 77%. Okay, so some coins are absolutely getting ripped then. Some people are asking right now, should I just sell Chainlink now and wait for it to drop back to 10? I already know. Healthcare, yeah, a lot of defensives are doing okay. Let's go to healthcare. Let's see what it looks like. Healthcare sector. Everyone's down right now. McKesson up today. Let's go to the 30-minute chart, see what it's looking like. Abbott Labs, not too bad. So yeah, a lot of these are down big. Anybody up today? Guild. Who is up right now? CVS? Nah, they finished up. My guess is consumer staples might be up. Where's consumer staples? We're pricing in recession. That's what they're trying to price in right now. They're probably telling Trump right now, "Hey, chill out on your rhetoric." Utilities should be okay. Water utilities. Look at water utilities are up. American Waterworks Company, it's up. You need that water. Looks like we're gonna need more water. Duke Energy, not dropping in after hours. Let's see what else we got. Southern Company. This is another big utility company. That one's up. Now let's go to staples, consumer staples. Let's see. Oh, communications might be up too. Consumer staples. Coca-Cola after hours. Pepsi was up big today. Pepsi up big. They probably had a deal. What did they do? Earnings show sales 23. So Pepsi is doing well. Who's this? Philip Morris. Yep, defensive. Philip Morris is up. Altria, big dividend, they're up. Elf got absolute. Oh yeah, this is going to be nasty for Elf. Didn't see this one in the cards. Elf's, a lot of their products are in China, so they're completely risk off. Oh shoot, I need to plug this in. Household products, those were up today. So yeah, Pepsi's doing well. It's a defense. Yeah, this is a defensive stance right now. Bonds are probably up the most. So TLT struggling in after hours. We need the TLT up. Utilities. See how much real estate. No, real estate didn't really go up. Trump coins at $4. Wow, it got down to 450. I mean, that alone is going to cause him to taco. Wow, that coin got crashed. You can't do market cap. $49 is down 90%. That's crazy. Well, XRP recovered so far. Dang, he still hasn't spoken. Okay, he's up there now. All right, let's see. Let me know if the volume is working, by the way. Can you guys hear the volume?
How's everybody?
Hello, everybody.
Mr. President.
Nice to have you. There's a big announcement. We have a lot of big announcements. There's sort of all big announcements, actually. It's wonderful to be in the Oval Office. I think you probably like it the best. You like it the best for press conferences? I sort of do. But today I'm excited to announce another historic achievement in our quest to lower drug prices for all Americans. Prices have come way down. We've gotten prices way down for groceries, for oil especially. Today we broke $60 a barrel. We think the oil is going to be under $2 a gallon very soon. That's about 70% lower than what it was just a year ago. So that's a big thing. And when the oil comes down, everything comes down. It's pretty beautiful to watch. AstraZeneca, the largest pharmaceutical manufacturer in the United Kingdom, is committing to offer Americans major discounts on their vast catalog of prescription drugs, one of the great companies, by the way, and a most favored nation's pricing clause. So most favored nation is you're going to pay whatever the lowest price anywhere in the world is. That's what you're going to be paying. And I had it going very well in my first term, but we were interrupted by a rigged election, so I was unable to carry it forward. We started it, but this was something one of the reasons I wanted to run again was we had to have favored nations where the world is not going to be paying just a fraction, just a tiny fraction of what we were paying. I want to thank CEO Pascal Soriot, a very highly respected, one of the most respected men in business and certainly in the industry, for joining us today, as well as Secretary Howard Lutnick, Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., CMS Administrator Mehmet Oz, FDA Commissioner Marty McCary, and Virginia Governor, a man who's done an incredible job. And good luck with the upcoming election. I know you're working very hard. I watch you. You're right there. He's out there working. He wants to see that young woman win, and the Attorney General, who I endorsed, et cetera, et cetera. Glenn Youngkin. Thank you very much, Glenn. Thank you for being here. For many years, Americans have paid the highest prices anywhere in the world for prescription drugs by far, many times the amount that other countries are paying is ridiculous. Upon taking office, I signed an executive order to make sure that Americans pay no more for prescription medications than the lowest price for the same drug in other locations in developing nations. Today, AstraZeneca is committing to offer all of their prescription medications to Medicaid at most favored nations prices. In other words, the lowest price anywhere in the world, that's what we get. A move that will save American taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars each year. And I tell the story, Glenn, that in my first term, I had the honor of being the first president in 28 years to lower drug prices during the course of the year. And we actually did, and I was so proud of myself. We called a news conference. I announced it. It was 1/8 of 1%. 1/8 of 1%. Now drug prices are going to be going down 100%, 400%, 600%, 1,000% in some cases. But for 1/8 of a cent, Bobby, think of that. I was so proud because for 28 years, nobody had done it. And now it's, I think back to that, I said I shouldn't have had that news conference. But it's just true. I was the only one that did it, but it was not very much. And now we're going to get, in some cases, 1,000% reduction. This is going to have a huge impact on everything from Social Security to Medicare to Medicaid, anything where they're buying any prescription drugs. It's going to have an incredible impact. It's going to lower itself greatly. AstraZeneca will also list many of their most popular drugs online at TrumpRx.gov. TrumpRx. I don't know why they put the name Trump. I did not tell them to do it, but I'm honored to let them do it. That's true, actually. That heavily reduced most favored nations cost. Americans can expect discounts, and as I said, it could be in many cases way over 100%. And as an example, one particular drug that's hot, very hot, 654% on inhalers, COPD and asthma, as well as certain diabetics medications. They're going to be averaging about 654% reduction in price. You believe that one? The Democrats will say, well, he should have gotten more. It's crazy. In addition, all medications AstraZeneca introduces to the American market going forward will also be sold at these heavily discounted rates. Furthermore, AstraZeneca will invest $50 billion in the United States over the next 5 years for research and development of new drugs and to onshore manufacturing facilities across the country, like the new plant that broke ground yesterday in Charlottesville, Virginia, where the governor attended. They had a tremendous group of people attending. It's going to have 3,600 jobs just to begin with. And that's going to be a fantastic plant. I saw a picture. It's going to be the best, right? You can't get any better. This is a tremendous victory for Virginia and for American patients and for everything, for the country. It's an amazing company to have coming over to the United States in such a big way. That's going to be a big part of the company. Presidents have promised for years to lower the cost of health care, but my administration is actually the first to do it and do it substantially, do it at numbers that nobody thought, even I thought, were not possible. When you think of it, if you got a 1%, 2%, 5%, that's good. You did a good job. We're talking about 100, 200, 300, 500, 700. In some cases, some big, big numbers. And the largest drug companies in the world are working with us to make this a reality. And so I look forward to being at your opening of that incredible facility. I hear something, and it's in a great location, Len, right? One of the beautiful locations. So I'd now like to ask Secretary Kennedy to say a few words, followed by Dr. Oz, Pascal, Governor Youngkin, and we'll take some questions afterwards. Would anybody like to have some questions? Yes? Oh, I'm shocked. Okay, we'll take them right after, okay? Bobby, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I talked about this a little yesterday in the cabinet meeting, but it's worth repeating because it shows this historical achievement as really monumental. When I was in my confirmation process, virtually every Democratic senator showed me their preoccupation with making sure that we completed, that I was going to continue to get a commitment from me to continue the IRA drug price negotiations. That the IRA required the Democrats, while the President Biden was in the first year of the IRA, to negotiate 10 drug prices down. And then I was supposed to, my first year, negotiate 15 and 15 every year thereafter, and that was their plan. The Democrats claimed that they had a 22% reduction, and that was a great success. When we actually looked at that, when I came into the agency, we realized we were actually paying more for 8 of the 10 drugs. The 22% reduction was off of list price, and Medicare ended up paying more for 8 of the drugs, equal for the 9th, and about a 2% discount on the 10th drug. So that was the plan, and that's what they did. We are continuing the IRA negotiations, but thanks to the president's leadership, we have achieved something extraordinary here, which is a dream that he's had for 20 years because he's the common sense president. He saw something 20 years ago. He learned that we were paying 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 times for the same drug as they were paying in European countries. Some of these drugs were manufactured in facilities in New Jersey and then sold for 1/10 the price in Great Britain, in London or Paris, that Americans were being charged for them here. He saw that this was unfair. Every Democratic president, every Republican president has said that this was the gold standard. This is what we needed to do. Nobody's been able to change it. And when we came in, I have to say I was pessimistic about doing MFN. Dr. Oz was pessimistic. Our staff, John Brook and Chris Klump and the other people we brought in were all pessimistic. The president saw something that we didn't see, which is we had leverage. And that came through Howard and the tariffs, and we had extraordinary leverage to craft these deals. So last week we had Pfizer in, which is one of the biggest American pharmaceutical companies. Today we have AstraZeneca in with Pascal Sorios, which is one of the biggest European pharmaceutical companies. And the president asked us to do 3 things. 1, to get MFN prices. 2, to not bankrupt these companies. He understood that America has to be the center for innovation. The drug industry needs to innovate, that it's critical for its bottom line, it's critical for the health of the American people. And he asked us also to make sure that those companies would keep their promise to reshore this industry. for national security purposes, for our economy, it's critical. These companies are making these drugs in the United States. We were able to achieve all those things, and partially with the visionary help of Pascal, where is he? Of Pascal Zorias, who understood that innovation and the business doesn't work if everybody is not pulling the oars, if everybody doesn't have the skin in the game. The whole world was riding on our shoulders and riding on our dime. 70% of pharmaceutical revenues comes from this country. We only have 4.2% of the world's population, and we were paying for 80 or 90% of the innovation here, and the rest of the world was a free rider. And Pascal understood that that's not fair, and it's not a good, sustainable, long-term business model. And he came to the table. He was one of the first leaders to come to the table. I want to thank him for his vision, for operating with us in good faith. And this is an extraordinary deal. Not only that, but as the president just pointed out, he is also reshoring this industry here. He has 19 facilities already operating in this country. He has this other facility in Albemarle County that Dr. Oz went with Governor Youngkin and broke ground on yesterday. He has a second facility that is under construction in Kendall Square in Boston, another facility in Rockville, Maryland, and a fourth facility in Copper, Texas, right outside of Dallas-Fort Worth. And he's got plans for building many more in this country, thanks to the president's leadership, to the tariffs, and to the common sense the president has demonstrated in his own commitment to make drug prices lower for hardworking Americans. So I want to thank the president for your visionary leadership. I want to thank Dr. Oz for his part, and Marty McCary in negotiating this deal. Dr. Heidi Overton, Theo Merkel, Chris Klump, and John Brooks, who all played critical parts in the negotiation. And of course, Howard Lutnick, who was the key to these negotiations. Who do we bring up now? Dr. Oz.
Thanks, Secretary.
He'll take your place, Pascal.
Oh, Pascal, I get to introduce Pascal, which I'll do with great joy and honor. So the world is watching as President Trump tries to make peace in every place he can go. But at the same time, President Trump is putting peace into the hearts of Americans and bringing peace of mind to them, especially Americans who cannot afford their medications. And just to put a number on this, as he releases us from the bondage of paying 3 times more for the exact same product made in the same factory, in the same pill box, in the same instruction manual overseas, rather in this country than we pay overseas, it creates an opportunity for us because, Mr. President, you're turning the art of the deal into the art of the heel. And that is something that you're going to witness today. And it's the second, we have more coming, but this is a very important one because I want to set the stage here. And Ms. Secretary, you're too modest. Secretary Kennedy did have a vision to push hard on this. He understood we could give the right medications to the right people at the right time. And there is nothing more maha than giving folks life-saving medications in a timely fashion so you prevent illnesses and treat other ones that have already occurred. You save lives that way. That literally is what was on the line as we began negotiating these. So let's set the stage. Where are we right now? Why this order? Last week in this very room, President Trump welcomed the CEO of Pfizer, and that company, a leading U.S. pharmaceutical company, pledged to provide exactly what the president promised. Massive discounts to allow us to have most favored nation drug pricing in this country so we don't allow our people to pay more than folks overseas. And this was unthinkable even 6 months ago, 7 months ago when we came into office. And Americans now have the ability to do that, but we needed to prove it was scalable. So we went to AstraZeneca, which is the leading pharmaceutical company, a leading company in the entire world, but a massive opportunity in this march to MFN, a march to most favored nation drug pricing. And to have this message land clearly, we needed to make sure that the president's demand for fair drug pricing was heard all around the globe. And I actually think the single most powerful tool we had was the president because people take him seriously. And some of the things that they were hearing overseas were alarming them enough that they began to realize the jig was up. So let's talk about the deal specifically. John Brooks, if you give me my Vanna White, please. John back there, Theo, Vince, Heidi were parts of the team. There are other members of the team I'll speak of in a second. So these are the 5 deal points. This is what Trump RX, by the way, which just launched, TrumpRx.gov, which was a unanimous name, by the way, Mr. President. He was not involved in picking the name, but it was not a difficult one to land on. We thought it had a catchy element to it. All primary care medications sold by AstraZeneca are going to be available on Trump RX, which means no more gaming, no more middlemen. Starting early next year, when you go to the website, you'll be able to see a marketplace. We're not selling the drugs. We're just making information available to everyone so you go to the right place to buy the right medication. Second, drugs for lung diseases are discounted massively, and that's over here on this line. The president highlighted 650%. They're significant discounts, and these are medications. We just picked the ones for lung disease and one for metabolic syndrome, diabetes, but there are others that are included. We have most favored nation pricing for everyone who is on Medicaid in this country. That's why Governor Youngkin is able to do backflips with his nimble 6'6" physique, because for governors, this is a massive problem. If Medicaid prices continue going up, it crowds out other social services, which he'll speak to. We also have MFN for all new prescription drugs. Mr. President, by the time this term is done, 95% of all drugs sold in America, branded drugs and generic, will be available at most favored nation drug pricing. Americans are going to benefit if the prices drop abroad. So Secretary Lutnick is going to make sure that if we get better prices for these companies from our partner countries overseas, the American people see those benefits, and there's going to be onshoring of manufacturing. And as has been mentioned, I stood with Governor Youngkin and Pascal Soriot as we broke ground yesterday in Charlottesville, Virginia, a massive $4 billion facility. That's the hard hat, Mr. President. I know you like construction, so that was all I could bring back. But there was a lot of remarkable energy. And here's what that event really does. It sends a signal. It sends a signal for all countries around the world to stop freeloading off American innovation. It's done. It's not going to happen anymore with this president. And if you aren't picking up your end of the bargain, then you're going to be welcoming a lot of more companies to leave your shores and allow us to welcome them into our shores as they open up manufacturing facilities here. And for all the pharmaceutical companies out there, we're talking to all of you, pick up a shovel. This is a great place to build a facility, as AstraZeneca has shown us, and I think it has a wonderful opportunity in the future as well as this country continues to support the innovation Secretary Kennedy spoke about, because we're not compromising that at all. We're just getting fair prices for the American people. To the team, tough negotiations, Mr. President. You know how hard they can be. You can't get there without world-class negotiators, and we are blessed by individuals to work with the AstraZeneca team who are killers, head-to-head. And why? Because talented people out of the private sector are coming into government to serve this president in a generational opportunity that they feel in their heart will make a difference. John Brooks is part of that team. Chris Klump, Inma Hernandez, numerous other folks contributed as well. But we're open for business. And if you want a great position and a patriot, like the folks who negotiated these deals, please consider coming with us, because the president has made it clear that you will make a difference in government. Finally, I want to thank Pascal Soriot. Pascal's an interesting, almost enigmatic individual. He's a CEO of AstraZeneca. He is born in France, Australian citizen, knighted in Great Britain, running their largest pharmaceutical company. So you figure out the lineage. But one thing I know is a very, very smart man who came here early on, took the president seriously, and he recognized the inherent unfairness of the European model of global freeloading off our innovation. He appreciated the challenge, and he wanted to be part of the solution. So Pascal, take it away.
Thank you so much. So, President Trump, it is really a pleasure to see you again, since I had a chance to meet you last time you visited the UK for your state visit. I know the King actually kept you late during the night, during your visit, late up at night. And I must thank you, actually, for returning the favor. I can tell you, you've kept me up at night and my team as well. But it has been really worth it. It's been worth it because today I'm really excited to announce AstraZeneca's commitment to your vision for a healthy America. Great leadership is about having an ambitious vision that can energize people, and you appoint a very talented team that can deliver on this. Your vision is exactly that. It is about lowering the price of medicines for American patients while ensuring that America remains a global powerhouse of innovation in biopharmaceuticals. And that's not easy to do. We need to keep inventing the technologies and the products that will cure disease. But you actually gave us a key, equalization. That's an important word. Yeah. You've assembled a remarkable team, actually, that together with us found a way to deliver on your vision. I would like to thank you, Mr. President, for your collaborative and your trusting approach throughout the discussion that led to this agreement. In addition, I would like to thank Secretary Lutnick, I'd like to thank Secretary Kennedy, Dr. Oz, and the CMS team, in particular John Brooks, who is here today, but also Chris Klump, for their very straightforward approach and their collaborative work that, together with my great team at AstraZeneca, enabled us to deliver this agreement today. It is an agreement that allows a number of wins. First of all, a great win for American patients. This agreement will deliver improved access to our medicines at a lower cost. We've addressed the 4 points that you raised in your letter, ensuring Americans do not pay more than patients in other wealthy countries. So it's a big win for patients and the healthcare system as a whole. But it's also a big win for the economy and for taxpayers, because it supports rebalancing the cost of innovation across wealthy nations. For too long, America has shouldered a disproportionate portion of the world's R&D cost for breakthrough medicines development. That imbalance is not sustainable. It had to change. And equalization levels the playing field, with wealthy nations contributing their fair share to the cost and the risk associated with biopharmaceuticals R&D. And I would say it's also a big win for state budgets because these Medicaid price reductions will have an immediate impact on Medicaid budgets and provide substantial relief to state budgets. Finally, your vision also secures America's strong position in life sciences and the onshoring of critical innovations and manufacturing. As a company, we will invest $50 billion in manufacturing and in R&D. We already have a large presence in the United States. We have 19 sites, and we employ 25,000 people around the country. They're all developing the new generation of medicines. But we'll continue to increase our presence in this country. We're expanding our manufacturing footprint in Texas. We're building our second large R&D center in Kendall Square in Boston. We are building a cell therapy manufacturing plant in Rockville, Maryland, and there's more to come. So a lot of investment over the next few years. I want to say that I appreciate very much Secretary Lutnick granting us a 3-year tariff exemption to localize the remainder of our products. Most of our products are locally manufactured, but we need to transfer the remaining part to this country. And also for your great support to convince also other wealthy countries to share the cost of pharmaceutical innovation. It is an important part of this agreement, rebalancing and the cost around the country, around the world. Yesterday showcased our commitment to the United States with this $4.5 billion investment in the beautiful Commonwealth of Virginia to manufacture what we call API, active ingredients for our medicines, but also antibody-drug conjugates that are such a critical part of the future treatment of cancer care, what is called smart chemotherapy, targeted chemotherapy. I want to thank Dr. Oz for joining us for the groundbreaking ceremony near Charlottesville, together with Governor Youngkin. And I actually love your AstraZeneca hat. I know you wanted to bring a shovel, but didn't make it to this beautiful room. I have to say it has been a great pleasure to work with Governor Youngkin and his team, in particular Secretary Segura, on this investment. Like you, President Trump, they are deal makers that move at the speed of business. And it's very important for us company to be able to work with people who understand who we are and move very fast. Our new facility will be a great example of Virginia supporting domestic production of medicines for America, enhancing national security in pharmaceutical supply, but also creates thousands of highly skilled jobs. Governor Youngkin gave me a beautiful Virginia flag that we will proudly fly alongside the American flag in front of our new facility. So AstraZeneca's commitment to the United States is very strong. And this agreement ensures we'll make an even bigger difference for American patients. So, Mr. President, thank you again for welcoming me in this beautiful office and for making this moment possible. Thank you so much.
Pascal. Thank you very much.
Over to you, Glenn.
Well, first of all, I just want to thank everyone for celebrating this landmark moment. This landmark moment is not just a moment to announce a new way to buy less expensive life-saving medicine, but it is a step function change in the way that Virginians and Americans can access medicines. And it is a step function change because historically there was an opaque pricing mechanism that had so many people standing between the manufacturers and the patients that no one knew really what it cost. Well, now we can go direct to consumers. And that's what Trump RX is all about, going direct to consumers, where a consumer can come and find that particular medication that they need and go direct to the company and get the best possible price. Second of all, the most favored nation clause is a groundbreaking moment. It's a groundbreaking moment because, as you've heard, that American customers have been paying 3, 4, 5 times what international customers have been paying. That is just not fair. And Mr. President, I want to thank you for simply recognizing that America must come first. And Americans deserve the best pricing, not the worst. It changes everything for a state. In Virginia, we have $1.5 billion a year of pharmaceutical expenditure under our Medicaid plan. $1.5 billion a year. We save 10%, 20%, 30%. All of a sudden, 150, 300 million, 450 million in savings can be realized by a state. Now, I firmly believe that's the people's money, and it should go back in tax relief. But think about the change that that enables for a state as they manage their healthcare expenditures. Finally, Mr. President, you have driven a reshoring of critical supply chains that no one thought could happen. The industries that everyone thought were lost are now coming home, and with pharmaceutical manufacturing and active pharmaceutical ingredients particularly coming back to America, it changes everything. It's an economic moment for us. Yes, $4.5 billion into the Virginia economy, and that will in fact translate into $3 or $4 of extra economic impact for every dollar that is spent, 3,600 great paying jobs. But it's even more than that. This is a national security moment. And what you've just heard is one of the leading pharmaceutical companies in the world is choosing America, and yes, Virginia, to invest nearly $5 billion to build the most critical manufacturing for the future of America's health. That's not just a single example. It's happening all over. And in fact, in Virginia, Mr. President, we've been blessed with nearly $10 billion of commitments to build new pharmaceutical manufacturing in the great Commonwealth of Virginia. And therefore, I believe this is a moment to celebrate investment, but more importantly, to celebrate breakthroughs for American citizens to get access to life-saving medicines at costs that they deserve because they're all made here. Mr. President, you and your cabinet have been amazing. As a governor, I have found that the cooperation with every one of your cabinet members, and sir, yes, you, has been beyond compare that I could ever imagine. I want to thank you for helping us make Virginia great again, too. Thank you.
So we have, at this moment, I think we just cracked $18 trillion in commitments and investments in our country. As an example, the last administration was far less than $1 trillion for 4 years. We're at plus $18 trillion for 8 months. There's never been anything like it in history, in any country, anywhere in the world. So that's great. But maybe for purposes of this, more importantly, we're going to bring drug prices down at numbers that nobody ever thought possible, Glenn. I think nobody ever even thought it was possible. So we're going to be doing a lot of business, but we're going to be also numbers that when you're 2, 3, 4, 500% less. I just noticed one of them over here, 654% discount. 654. The laggard is 98%, right? 9 is at what? Wow, it's 96, 230%, but 654. And we have some that top that by a lot. So it's really going to be incredible, and that's going to be so good for Medicaid and Medicare and everything. Frankly, for your life, it's going to be so good. So nobody ever thought they were going to see. And don't let Democrats take the credit, because they'll try. They'll say, "Oh, we worked so hard," and they didn't work hard. They did. They obstructed. They actually did the opposite. So that's really more important than even the tremendous investments being made in our country. But think of it: we cracked 18 trillion with a T, $trillion, and frankly, 1 trillion for 4 years wasn't that bad. He did less than $1 trillion, but we did that in a period of 8 months. So it's pretty record-shattering by many trillions of dollars. Any country, no matter what country you're talking about, nobody's done numbers like that. So thank you all for being here. Do you want to have a couple of questions? Yeah, please.
Mr. President, one on this, if I could, and one on China, if I may.
Okay.
First on this, could you have brought these pharmaceutical companies to the table without that 100% tariff that you imposed?
Well, it's not 100%. You're talking about China might be 100%.
No, I'm talking about the 100% you imposed on pharmaceuticals for that sector.
I would never have been able to bring them. Now, I'm not sure that Pascal would like to say, but behind the scenes, he did say tariffs were a big reason he came here, and also the fact he loved Virginia. He liked this guy. He liked me. I think the November 5th election was a very important date. We had a good election, and that was important. But yeah, he's here. A lot of. I can speak for almost everybody that's here. Most of them are here because of tariffs, because you have to understand he has no tariffs. If you build in this country, there are no tariffs. So.
I want to ask you about China, if I could. Just want to confirm: have you canceled your meeting with President Xi? And
no, I haven't canceled, but I don't know that we're going to have it. But I'm going to be there regardless, so I would assume we might have it. But they hit the world with something that really is not anything that people are going to do, and it was shocking. I can tell you, Howard and I and Todd, we all Scott, we were all speaking about it before, and we said, where did that come from? It was just. That was out of the blue, right? Out of the blue, they came up with this whole import-export concept, and nobody knew anything about it. So.
If they roll back their export controls, the new announcement, would you roll back?
Look, we're going to have to see what happens. That's why I made it November 1st. We'll see what happens, yeah.
Mr. President, the last time, Mr. President.
Go ahead, please.
What else besides software could be on the table in terms of export controls?
A lot more. I mean, you have software, but you have a lot more. We have airplanes. We have airplane parts. You remember that from last time. We were just surprised at China. I have a very good relationship with President Xi, and they did that. This is not something that I, instigated. This was just a response to something that they did. And they didn't really aim it at us. They aimed it at the whole world. The whole world is subject to it. So I thought it was very, very bad. But we have many things, including a big thing is airplane. They have a lot of Boeing planes, and they need parts and lots of things like that, Steve.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to accept the Gaza deal, and what will be your message to the Knesset when you speak to them?
Well, he wanted it. It's been a long time. He's been fighting a long time. He's been fighting hard. He wanted it. It's a great deal for Israel, but it's a great deal for everybody, for Arabs, for Muslims, for everybody, for the world. And as you know, on Monday the hostages come back. They're getting them now. I mean, they're getting them now. They're in some pretty rough places under earth. They're in some pretty rough places where only a few people know where they are, in some cases. So they're getting them, and they're also getting the bodies, approximately 28 bodies. And some of those bodies are being unearthed right now as we speak. I mean, they're working on it right now as we speak. It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. No, he was very happy with it. And I can tell you that I saw Israel dancing in the streets, but they were dancing in Qatar and Saudi Arabia and UAE and many, many countries. I saw Egypt. They were dancing. I'll be going to Israel. I'll be speaking at the Knesset, I think, early on. And then I'm also going to Egypt. They were terrific. But all of the countries were great. Indonesia was great. Jordan was great. They were all great. Everybody wants this deal to happen.
What happens in Gaza the day after the hostage release?
Day after what?
The day after the hostage release, what happens there then?
Well, hopefully you're going to have great success for I call it everlasting success. I think you will too. I think you're going to have tremendous success, and Gaza is going to be rebuilt. And you have some very wealthy countries, as you know, over there, and it would take a small fraction of their wealth to do that. But and I think they want to do it. And we're also setting up, as you know, a board of peace. It's called the Board of Peace. I don't know if that's the final name, but the word peace is definitely in there. And they have asked me if I chair it. We'll make sure things go well.
And how confident are you that the ceasefire will hold?
I think it'll hold, yeah. I think it'll hold. They're all tired of the fighting. Don't forget, you had October 7th, which was a horrible day, 1,200 people killed. But Hamas has lost 58,000 people. That's big retribution. That's big retribution. People understand that. So, no, I think they're all tired of fighting. And this really gives the whole Middle East, this is beyond Gaza. Gaza is very important, but this is beyond Gaza. This is peace in the Middle East. And it is a beautiful thing. You know, it's a term that you and I have been hearing since we were very young, right? And now we have a chance of really having that. And as you know, most of the countries have passed all these resolutions. Every country is there. Iran came in. I was very happy to see that. I was very honored that Iran came in. They said they support it. Russia came in. President Putin, he supports it fully, very fully. So I was happy to see even countries that weren't necessarily involved in the process, they all support it. I don't know of anybody that doesn't. And I've never seen happier people than many of these places, not just Israel. Many of these places, they're all dancing in the streets. I've never seen anything like it.
Mr. President,
Go ahead, please, in the back.
Thank you. What guarantees did you give Hamas to persuade them that Israel will restart the bombing campaign once the hostages have been exchanged?
What did I do with respect to them? Well, you know, I spoke a little bit tough, and that's what would happen. I mean, you have to speak tough. That's a tough world. That's a tough, as they say, neighborhood. And they're tough people. They're very tough people, and they're smart people. They're good negotiators. They have a lot of things going. They put that to good use. They're going to be very, very successful. But they knew the retribution would be tremendous, unsustainable. It would have been unsustainable. It would have been complete obliteration, and they didn't want that. And nobody wants it at this point. They want to get on with rebuilding the entire Middle East. It's not only Gaza. It's going to be the entire Middle East. They're going to be able to live in peace. Now, we have some little hot spots, but they're very small. You know the ones I'm talking about. They're very small. They'll be very easy to put out. Those fires are going to be put out very quickly. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. President. Talking about the Middle East still, going to the phases that come after this first phase, is there consensus on the additional points in your plan, or are the details still being fine-tuned?
I think there is consensus on most of it, and some of the details, like anything else, will be worked out, because you'll find out that when you're sitting in a beautiful room in Egypt, it's easy to work something out, but then sometimes it doesn't work from a practical standpoint. So certain little things, but for the most part, there's consensus, yes.
Do you intend to hash that out when you're in Egypt?
I might, yeah. I mean, I'll be there because I'll be going to, I'll go to Cairo. I think that's where we're going, as opposed to the place of the signing. And we have a lot of leaders from all over the world coming too. They've been invited. And then I'm coming back, I believe it's Tuesday night, for Charlie Kirk, a friend of mine, a friend of all of ours, a friend of a lot of the people right here. And we're giving him the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest honor you get outside of the Congressional Medal of Honor. One's military, one's civilian, but it's the greatest honor. And Erica's beautiful wife is going to be here, and a lot of people are going to be here. So, it's not easy for me to get back. It's a very quick trip. But I'll be making 2 major stops, and then I'll be on the plane trying to get back in time for Charlie. They're going to have a great celebration at the White House, in the East Room of the White House.
Mr. President? Russell Vogt said the reductions in force
have begun related to this shutdown. How many layoffs have you authorized for this first round, and from which agencies?
And it'll be Democrat-oriented, because we figure, they started this thing, so they should be Democrat-oriented. It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days, but it'll be a lot of people, all because of the Democrats. I mean, they want to give $1.5 trillion to people that came into the country illegally. More important than that, because we all have a big heart. We want people to be taken care of, but we have 0 people coming in. You know that, Glenn, right? That's a pretty impressive number, even for a successful governor. But we've had, for the last 4 months, 0 people coming in illegally. They're coming in, but they're coming in legally. They're coming in through a process that's really a really good process right now, because we want people to come in, but they have to come in legally. So what we're doing is, as these different groups come due, we're going to make a determination. Do we want them or not? And I must tell you, a lot of them happen to be Democrat-oriented. These are people that the Democrats wanted, that in many cases were not appropriate. We fought them at the time, and it was ultimately signed in. And some of these people, these are largely people that the Democrats want. Many of them will be fired. Yes, please, behind.
The Nobel Peace Prize was announced this morning. Your thoughts?
Which one?
The Nobel Peace Prize. Your thoughts?
Look, including a very big one, and I'm not sure, when you say big, it's certainly, I think, to the mind of most, the most important deal ever made in terms of peace. But the one we just signed, it's been signed, sealed, and it's going to start taking place now. It's already started. Monday's going to be a very big day when the hostages come back. But I made 8 deals, transactions of wars. One was 31 years going on. 10 million people were killed. One was 34 years. One was 36, 37. One was 10. One was just starting. 2 were just starting, actually, but they were well on their way. In the case of India and Pakistan, 7 planes were shot down. It was a bad one. And I did it largely through trade. I mean, that one, numerous of them. I talked tariffs. I said, look, if you're going to do that, we're going to put very big tariffs on your country. And they were both great. They stopped fighting, and there were 2 nuclear powers. So, they're all big. They're every one of them big. You take a look at the Congo. You take a look at the Congo and Rwanda. 10 million people killed over a long period of time. Got that one solved. We did a total of 8 as of this. 2 days ago, I would have said 7, which I did say, but the other one was signed up, sealed. As you know, Israel signed it just now. They signed it and they approved it today, their parliament. And it's a great honor to be involved with so many. So
you can buy a slice of pizza. Why not trade a fraction of a stock? Investing in companies using fractional shares on Interactive Brokers is as easy as pie.
Helping her along the way. They need a lot of help in Venezuela. It's a basic disaster. So, and you could also say it was given out for 24, and I was running for office in 24. All of the transactions that we did in terms of closing. But there are those that say we did so much that they should have done it, but I don't take. I'm happy because I saved millions of lives, many millions of lives. And speaking of somebody that saves lives, don't ever play golf with it, because Keegan Bradley just walked in, one of the greatest golfers in the world, the captain of the Ryder Cup. And man, I'll tell you, you did a good job. You almost came back. I turned on. I said, I sort of turned off. It wasn't looking good, and then a little while later, I turned on. I said, you guys might make, that would have been the miracle. What a great job. He's respected by those golfers like nobody. And I just want to compliment you, Keegan. That was an incredible job. Right here, we have a lot of unfriendly fake news media. And he's not used to that. He's used to getting only good publicity, I think, Howard. These are all golfers. But you're some golfer, I'll tell you that, and some leader. Thank you very much. Great job. Thank you, Keegan.
Mr. President, on China.
Yeah, please.
On immigration, ICE are making arrests, target arrests at courthouses in New York City and around the country.
Criminals, they're arresting criminals, that's right. Yeah, go ahead. I'm happy about it. I want them to arrest criminals. And if you take a look at D.C., a year ago, D.C. was our great capital, was a very unsafe place. You know that. Some of you were mugged, and talk openly about it. Some of the media was mugged. But right now, D.C. is one of the safest places in the whole country. The restaurants are booming. They're opening up new restaurants. The restaurants were all closing. Now you can't get into a restaurant. They're opening up new restaurants. It took 12 days for us. We sent in not politically correct military. We sent them in based on merit. You know, we won the case in the Supreme Court. Everything now is based on merit. Our country was founded on things based on merit. Like Keegan Bradley's not going to be playing golf if he wasn't a great player. If he shoots lower scores, there's no more merit system than that one, Keegan, right? If you miss a putt, they don't say, oh, that's okay, let's take it again, do they? No, it's based on merit. Everything's based on merit. And we're back to the merit system. And when they saw that military is all about merit. They're big, strong people that they're patriots too. And you take a look at D.C., and now we're in Memphis, and Memphis was really crime-ridden. It was terrible. A lot of people being killed. And they say in 12 days, they can't even believe how much better it is. And it'll take probably a month over there, and we're heading to Chicago because we want to save Chicago. Do you know they had over 4,000 people killed in Chicago over a short 4,000 people? And I have to watch this slob of a governor stand up and say that, well, everything's okay, we've got it under control. They had 4,000 people murdered over a very short period of time. There's not a city in the world, I don't believe, that can claim, you hear so much about different, I won't, embarrass anybody, like by saying Mexico City or by saying anywhere in Afghanistan. There's no place like that. And then I have to listen to the mayor who's got a 5% approval rate, maybe less. He's an incompetent man. And the governor's an incompetent guy. He's a guy that was thrown out of his family business like a dog. And I know his family very well. And now he's a governor. And when I watch him trying to say that it's okay, we have crime under control, I lost 4,000 people over a very short period of time. I believe it's like 7,000 people were shot, but didn't die. But 4,000 people died. And then he gets up and talks about how it's not a problem. Or Portland, Oregon. I mean, every time I look at that place, the place is burning down. There's fires all over the place. When a store owner, there are very few of them left, but when a store owner rebuilds a store, they build it out of plywood, and they don't put up storefronts anymore. They just put wood up because they know it's going to be ripped down. And then I hear how wonderful it is. It's not wonderful. It's a disaster. That's almost an insurrection, that place. So we put our people in there, and they do the job, and they've really done the job. And the beautiful thing is we've done it. 12 days we had this place safe, and now it's, I would say within a month, it was beautiful. And it continues to be. That was 3 months ago. I'll tell you, D.C. now is one of the hottest places, just like this country. We were a dead country, and you've heard me say it 100 times. We were a dead country. King of Saudi Arabia said it. Others say, the Emir of Qatar said it. Many, UAE said it. The leader, great leader, UAE, all great leaders. They said effectively the same thing. 1 year ago, we had a dead country. Now we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. I just want to thank everybody, and I want to, in particular, thank AstraZeneca. What a great company you have. What a company you've built. You've been there a long time and done some job. It's an honor to have you. I assume you're going to build, so it's $4.5 billion for a plant. That's a pretty big plant, isn't it? I was going to say, could he make it a little bit more? Well, we have a couple of them where they're going to spend $65 billion on one plant, AI. All I know is it's, AI is based on information. I hope they're right about information. I don't know. You got to make a lot of money there's got to be a lot of information out there, but that seems to be pretty hot. But we have a lot. We're leading the world on information on AI, as you know, by a lot. It's not even close. So we're doing a job. And I want to thank everybody, but in particular, Pascal, thank you very much. It's a great honor. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Have a good time.
Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, guys. Thank you, press. Right out this way. Thank you, press. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. Thanks, guys. TV, grab everything. Thank you, press. TV, grab everything. Thanks, guys. Press.
Wow. Well, key takeaway. This is probably going to be an ongoing revelation. Is it a new, tariff Trump war? We'll see. If you want to stay up to date, I'm going to try to keep you guys up to date as much as possible in the Discord. Obviously, we can't run streams all day long. So I'm going to put I'm going to invite you guys to the free Discord to stay up with the information and, meet the community. If you are watching from a TV, which I really doubt anybody watches from a TV, I can throw up a QR code, which is kind of cool. I don't know. Usually that's probably for like selling a course or something. And that is for those who probably, where is it? Where's the button? New QR code. Oh, it erased my last QR codes. All right, I'm not going to do that. The Discord will be over in the. Oh, is this it? Why did it give? Okay, here we go. There's a Discord. There's a Discord link right at the top. If you want to go ahead and jump in there. I'm not going to go over all the stuff. Just check that out. Now, here's the question. Here's the big takeaways right now. We got Bitcoin down pretty big. Is it going to roll over? I don't know. I think the most important thing, as I always say, is we got to watch the VIX. Now, the VIX isn't running as we speak, but we might get this retest. Just go to the daily, weekly chart. We might get this retest up to 28. Okay. And there's a lot more questions that Trump just did not answer. We don't know. It's a lot of uncertainty. Markets are probably going to stay risk off until the end of October. We get a rate cut. We're going to get rate cuts. So keep that in mind. We still have deregulation. Keep that in mind. Very bullish. We still have tax cuts next year. Very bullish. I'm not worried about recession. It's more of like a wobbling. The good positive thing is that interest rates, if we go to our macro charts, where's our macro at? Okay, so the good thing is interest rates. These are the Fed's interest rates. They should be cutting. Let's just go to regular scale. We're going to get a couple cuts. We're going to be we're at 4.2, 4%, by October. Why does this say September? Oh, yeah, September cut. We'll be at 4% by November. And, these go into place. As a matter of fact, I believe these tariffs go into place November 1st. So Trump is giving China 20 days. Am I right? Am I wrong? He's giving China about 20 days not just China. He's giving 20 days for negotiation. So I wouldn't freak out too bad. The market is because, it's been up so much. It's been damn strong. There's a lot of leverage out there. I was trying to show the leverage before. Let's see what our exposure index is showing us. Not really too much. So yeah, that was a big dump. Where's the margin debt? Where's our margin debt? US margin debt. Customers, Fed excess liquidity, FINRA margin debt. Here we go. Here we go. Trump flips on tariffs. Oh, that's our old chart. Trump flips on tariffs. Yeah, so let me remove a lot of these and then we'll switch over here so we can take a look at it. This is crazy. All right, so check this out. This is all the people in using like FINRA, which is the regulatory system for all equities, stocks, anything that you're investing in, right? If you're borrowing, to invest, we've already exceeded 2021 levels. We've exceeded 2020 levels. And this one counts August. So we're even higher than this. This could be the top of the market. This could be, that's it. We're at the peak. The bull market is over. I don't think so. We're probably going to get a retracement on that leverage. We're moving higher. Okay. So I'm going to give you a little spiel. We're going to get some pain, of course, but I'm going to tell you what I think is more likely to happen. I know it's like, oh, painful. It's over. It's game over. We have a lot of stuff down the pipeline still. We have a lot of stuff down the pipeline. Here's the, matter of fact, here's another way to measure FINRA margin debt. Instead of just looking at pure, we can do versus the money supply. Okay. So we're almost at 2001 highs. If you measure it in terms of the total money, then we're almost at 2007, 2008 highs. Now everybody's going to say, oh, that's too much. Once we get there, we might even be there because this doesn't measure till this is August. We still have September, October. We might be close to this. And I thought we'd have a correction here, but we're going to recover in November. We're going to recover. Now, I don't know that. Maybe, things escalate. I just think that's a low probability. Trump is no fool. Okay, here's the good news. Here's the good news. Let's get back to the charts. Let me just give you the good news. The bad news is your stocks are down. Okay. Your crypto got crushed. XRP's down 1,000%. No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's go. So get everything front place. So these are this is the most important part of the entire market. This is the bond market. The bond market is so important because it is the collateral. Okay. It is the house of cards that keeps the US from defaulting on all their debt. As long as there's a buyer, these rates go lower. When there's not a buyer, which happened here during April, there wasn't a buyer. These rates surged, and that's when Trump flips, right? The taco, Trump flips. He flips. If he sees rates start to rise, he's trying to get them lower. He's going to flip again. He's going to flip and say, okay, maybe not. And it's not that he's just going to come out and flip. He's going to negotiate. He's going to, the optics are going to change. He's going to reduce he always comes out max strong, right? I'm going to beat you with a baseball bat. And then he's like, well, you know what? Maybe I'll just put you in timeout. You know what? Maybe we'll just restrict you from buying pizza. Maybe we just won't give you candy at 10 o'clock at night. He's going to come down. He's not going to punish the market. He just, it's a negotiating tactic. So relax on that. 2 years coming down. So our rates are fine. As long as he stay down, we're good. If they go up, we're in trouble. The bond volatility, this is how much panic is in the bond market. We don't want to see the surge. Okay, this was April. This was back in April. We don't want to see the surge. So we're looking for this. Our next market, where did I put it? These are just indicators I'm going to be looking at. Risk appetite. No, yeah, here we go. This is our triple B spreads. Risk appetite. If these surge, this means investors or the market overall is shifting into protection bonds from a recession, right? Versus going into bonds that are backed by stocks or companies. So if this surges, which it might go up, it's probably going to be up a lot more, but we need to keep our eye on that. We give it a week. We'll give it a week. Okay. We'll see what happens. More importantly, it's just the VIX. Okay. How high does the VIX surge? Right now, I'm going to go into the talk comments. Would you say Isan? Most stocks pulled back to their 200 EMA on a 4-hour chart. Okay. See where Bollinger Band is. So S&P got crushed. Yeah, you want to go on the 4-hour because it doesn't even show us. Dang, look at that Bollinger Band. That Bollinger Band, it violated the Bollinger Band. So we should by Monday have a retracement. And the question is, can we get above this previous level for the S&P? That's going to be the big question. As far as the 200 moving average, I think that's what I have there in black. Is it on? No, it's not on. Okay. Yeah, we're in the 200, last time we tested that was probably April and we got way below it. So we're pulling back in that 200 moving average. Can we get past 4%? That was quick, man. That was a big pullback. Where's BTC? Okay, way below the 200 moving average. Bitcoin got crushed, but it's at support, still at support. We're here. We'll wait and see. We don't know. Stay up to date in the Discord. Go check it out. I'll be throwing out a lot of different news updates on what I'm seeing, and you should be able to read it. It's not too hard. If you don't have access, then message me or send a message and say, hey, I can't see the news part. I am constructing it as we speak so that it is more visually appealing and easy to navigate. I'm trying to do that. Now let's talk about what's probably going to happen here. Again, I think the most important, oh yeah, by the way, here's the other part. Inflation's coming down. Where's commodities at? Government bonds, TLT, SHY. Yeah, these are short-term bonds. As long as these rise, we're in good shape. Okay. Corporate bonds are down. Okay. Now, yeah, they're down. You want to see those go up. Those are important because that's confidence in companies, right? But we're still early. We don't know what's going to happen. The dollar, not even getting smoked. Gold, trying to bounce. QQQ got crushed, 200 moving average. This is the daily. Yeah, we're way far from the daily. SMH, DXY. Liquidity still rising. Shh, quiet. Sentiment, VIX. Okay, I'm just going to stay on the VIX. This is what we want to look at. All right. So more than anything, I'm going to give you my spiel. Here's what I think is going on. Number one, Trump, what we learned from the last tariff escalation, what we learned last time, be quiet. What we learned last time is that Trump is going to test markets. He's going to test, the confidence of these other leaders. Why is he doing that? Because he's trying to get manufacturing. We got to go to the original goal. He's trying to get everybody to the US. We are now in a war with China, whether you know it or not. I know this Israel stuff's going on. Oh, Israel and the Jews and Ukraine and Russia. At the end of the day, the biggest threat to the US is a technical, right? A technical innovation edge. If we don't have the technical edge, we lose. That's why, we won World War II. We need the technical edge. AI, energy storage, they're beating us in energy. They're generating way more electricity than us. Their kids in their school, their educational system is way more strict. We got a bunch of fools running around. I was a teacher, trust me, I know. There's a big drug problem here. We need to stop it, fentanyl. So Trump is moving in a sense, and I'm just saying, Trump, it doesn't matter who it is. We need to defend America. We need better technology. So he has to negotiate hardcore against China. However, and they pull the move on us. What do they say? Oh, we're going to we took away chips from them, NVIDIA, right? You can't get these chips. You can't create better AI. They're finding a way around it. We're trying to slow them down. And they are like, okay, well, we're going to restrict rare earth minerals. We'll go ahead and take a GDP hit, but we're going to fast track you. We're going to beat you in that. Well, guess what we have? We have the money printer. Now everybody's buying gold. Why? Because they don't want to buy US bonds. That's the issue. US bonds is kind of supporting us, but now we have crypto companies buying US bonds. So trust me, they're orchestrating a financial recipe to get the US at maximal strength. So this 100% tariff is not going to last. We don't even know what it's on, right? I mean, I'll go find out. I'll have to look it up. We don't even know what the tariff is, but of course the market can tank. Just know, be patient. Maybe you don't go buying dips right away. Be patient. Let's see where the levels are at. Let's see how his rhetoric comes out. Let's see how China responds. Hopefully these aren't sleepless nights again, like April. We'll see. And we got to understand that at the end of the day, you have this for the market, at least. Last time, we didn't have rate cuts. Nobody was increasing liquidity. Markets, they feed off liquidity or money coming into the system is the lifeblood of a bull market. We didn't have that, okay? We didn't have that in 2018 when we did tariffs. Guess what? The Fed didn't start cutting until December. That's when the market bottomed. The market bottomed December. Trust me and Aaron were trading it. We're like, damn, I was down 70, 80% on Facebook. I didn't even know what I was doing. It was called Facebook, not even Meta. And the Fed came out and said, okay, we're done hiking rates. Boom, liquidity rose. Markets bottom. So we have liquidity on the edge. And it is the most powerful mechanism driving markets, which is liquidity. The Fed is cutting interest rates. Keep that in mind. And we're still at the top. We still have more rates to go. The Fed's cutting rates. They probably have 2 or 3 more rate cuts. The labor market is weak. Automation is making it even weaker. More rate cuts. Immigration, leaving, right? Arresting people, putting them in jail, taking them back across the borders. More rate cuts, less labor. So everything points to more liquidity, more rate cuts. The biggest threat with rate cuts is inflation comes back. The counter to that is that AI is automational and that people are spending less right now. A lot of you are spending less. Me, I'm spending less. I'm not going crazy. I mean, I was until we got this pullback. Right now, I'm like, shit. So forget that. Companies are spending more. Electricity costs are the biggest threat here. They're going to rise tremendously, maybe in some areas, but also that's going to hurt the wallets of a lot of people, so they might not spend as much. So inflation staying tamed is key. Well, shelter's coming down. So I'm not worried about that. We have rate cuts. Number 2, we have tax cuts. So that's going to increase. This recession is not coming. That's going to bolster spending into next year. The market is forward looking 9 months out, right? So we have that coming. Number 3, We have deregulation. That's powerful. Nuclear, electricity. Like I said, solar. We need to build more solar. China's killing us in solar. And we're only beating them on chips, right? Energy generation. We're beating them on chips. They're beating us on energy generation. We need to generate more energy at a faster pace, cheaper. We got to beat them in the crypto edge. So they're going to pass the Clarity Act pretty soon. The Clarity Act is the final boss for crypto to kick into the final bull market. I don't think we're not, the crypto's not done. Maybe it does retrace another 30%. You know, that's possible. That's very possible. That sucks. You know, we've been here all day, but we're not done yet. We still have the Clarity Act. We still have tax cuts, and we still have AI driving everything, right? Solutions, AI solutions is what keeps the bull market going. It's confidence. We have to have confidence. Trump is not going to let that confidence go, regardless of who he is, what he does. He's going to adjust. He cares to look good. He's not going to make himself look bad. So if this makes him look bad, all they got to do is go out there and say, "Are you an idiot? You're dropping markets. People are going poor. You're going to crash AI. It's going to be over." He's going to flip because he don't like that, right? So he's pretty predictable. He's going to adapt. I'm not too worried about that. In the short term, we don't know what's going to happen. Stay up to date, and we'll see how things go. Anyways, you guys have a good night. Have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. Be careful. Things are crazy. You know, eat healthy. Enjoy yourself. Lift weights. Get strong. Take care of your nutrition. Help somebody out that needs help. Go help out your community. And stay blessed. I'll catch you guys next time. And yeah, we'll do everything. Anyways, take the Discord. It's in the, I put it in the chat. Go hit the Discord so that we can stay in touch. All right. You guys have a good weekend.